to Let's Talk About It with Amora. I am your host, Amora. This show was created to provide a space for real people to share why and how they ended their toxic relationship and how they've managed to move on and live a beautiful life. We all know that breakups are hurtful, no matter who initiates it. It's like going through a grieving process. You deal with emotions from anger to sadness to relief, and that cycle may repeat over and over until you get through this process. Just know that these emotions are normal and is needed to completely heal in order for you to move on and love again or enjoy a single lifestyle. These stories are created to help others get through their process. So please sit back, relax, and listen to real life stories of surviving a toxic relationship. Hello. Welcome to our episode number 3. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Today we have a wonderful story from a lady by the name of Keisha. Sit back, relax, make sure you grab something to drink. And I'm going to bring Keisha to the panel so you can hear her story. Hi, Keisha. How are you?
Hello, how are you? Can
I'm
you hear
doing.
me?
I can hear you very well. Everyone in the chat is saying hello.
All right. I don't know why I'm like nervous.
Don't be
I'm a little
nervous.
nervous tonight, much as I've talked to personnel throughout all my life. As
Mm-hmm.
you know, my name is Keisha. I'm actually
Yes.
from Georgia. I'm actually from Columbus, Georgia. I just retired from the military with 23 years of service,
Hey,
so I'm
Keisha,
happy for that.
congrats.
Maryland.
Was it the army you retired from? Which branch?
It was the Army.
Oh yeah, you was at Fort Benning.
No, I was stationed in I'm from that area, but I've been in Germany, Korea, Fort
Mm.
Bliss, Oklahoma, and this my last duty station here was Maryland.
Oh, okay, Fort Detrick.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service and congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions. I want you to feel relaxed, okay? This is an
Okay.
atmosphere for you to just tell your story, share with us. We want to know why you chose to end the relationship and how you were able to get out of it because we all know sometimes trying to end a relationship is very, very hard. You start thinking about all the stuff you're going to miss, the money, the financials, the friends, and we know it's hard to break away. So we want to know how you did it as well, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions first, and then I want you to take it away, and hopefully you'll feel relaxed and you can be able to spill with it then, okay?
Okay.
All right, first of all, how long were you in your relationship?
Okay. So I've been married twice and divorced twice. So my first marriage, we was together a total of 13 years.
Okay.
Married for 10 and separated for 3 before the divorce was final. And the second one, we was together for 6 years, but married for 5 years.
Okay. All right. Now let me ask you this. Which one was the toxic relationship or were they both?
They both were toxic.
Okay. Okay. All right. What were some of the red flags that you noticed early on that, was a signal for you to say this is not going well?
Okay, well, in the first marriage, okay, my I had a very strict mom, so my first time ever having sex, I got pregnant.
Okay.
So that was the guy that I married. So this was the situation. Ever since my ninth grade year, I always wanted to join the military. But like I said, at 17, I got pregnant the first time having sex. So I had a great recruiter. Thank God for him. He stayed on me. He rode me the whole way. So when it came time for me to join the military, it was either give up custody or get married. And
Okay.
I didn't believe in giving up custody because if I gave up custody, I figured maybe I would never get my child back, being a single parent. You
Right.
can't come into the military.
Mm-hmm.
But during that relationship, I knew the red flag was I'll never forget, January 2nd, day after New Year's, we had sex. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess I wasn't like, experienced enough. After we had sex or whatever, he like kind of like cut me off. So I didn't find out till like April of that year that I was pregnant. So
Okay.
when I found out, I did tell him. I told him we'll wait for the baby to be born or whatever before we figure out, to just to make sure it was his, because I knew I hadn't been with nobody but him. But since we haven't really communicated, we stopped talking right before Valentine's Day. So, but like I said, I found out in April, and then once I had found out, we got back together. He said, "I know it's mine. I believe it's mine." So, we went through the relationship or whatever. Had my baby, which we had the
Mhm.
same birthday. I told her
Oh,
first.
okay.
And when my
Libra
son
baby.
came out, he was like, "Who do he look like?" So I'm mixed with black and white,
Okay.
and my son, he's black. So when my son came out, he looked more like me. So that's when he had like questions or whatever. He left us there at the hospital,
Keisha,
whatever. So those are all the red flags
Keisha,
right there.
you said he looked what? Your mic went out when you
My son looked more like me than he did him.
okay, and that's of a brighter complexion, correct?
Yes, he
Okay.
looked more white than black.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So, like I said, by this time it was time for me to join the military, and it either was give up custody or get married. So I chose to get married because I didn't want to give up custody.
Okay.
So, like I said, I joined the military, and of course, my first duty station was Germany.
Mhm.
So we ended up going to Germany. Well, the backstory of my kid's father, back then, I like the men with gold in their mouth, thugs, because that's what I grew around. So those were the only kind of men that I like, which was a red flag, but
Mhm.
that's what I like. So I had to get his record cleared, and he came into the military.
Okay,
But
so
doing,
oh,
huh?
was he in the military? Oh, you got
No,
it
he wasn't at first. No,
at
I
first.
had to get
Okay,
his
got you.
record like cleared so he could join the military.
Got you, got you. Okay.
So we got all that situated. So while I was an AIT going for my MOS, which I was a medical,
Okay.
and he had got a girl pregnant. But I didn't find out till I got to Germany, my first duty station. So
Mm.
that's when all the red flags came out that he had another girl pregnant. So of course it like broke my heart. I was away from family, my first time being away from I was overseas.
Mhm.
So it would just like eat me up inside. Do I want to stay? Do I want to make work? Because my mom husband was there, but not my real father. So I consider my mom husband my real father. So I always believe in, trying to make a family work. And that right there was just my goal to make my family work. And then another thing, the girl, I ended up calling the girl for me on three-way and we talked. And I kind of like blamed the first one on myself because I put myself through it because when she told me that she was going to take him from me, he was going to be with her. So I
Mhm.
had to prove to her that you're not going to take nothing from me.
Gotcha.
So that's how I ended up with all of this mess and this situation. And the good thing out of it all was our child, which is 24 now.
For some reason your mic is going in and out. Are you moving or are you sitting still?
No, it could be the weather here because it's like storming real bad.
Okay, okay. So do you have it on a speaker phone or do you just have it just are you like
I have it through my headphone.
oh through your headphone? Okay. All
Yes.
right. We'll continue on. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, so he eventually, got through the military, base train accident. He ended up coming to Germany with me. Now, like I said, he was a thug, so he went from smoking weed every day to, you can't do that no longer in the military. So
Right.
he picked up on drinking.
Mm,
So drinking became a downfall where it got to the point where he became abusive. He ended up getting a DUI. He almost lost his career, but he didn't. So, and it just really got like physical. He
mm,
put his hands on me, and then of course I put my hands back on him.
mm.
So that's where the toxic came
So
in a
y
relationship, and then of course my son, he saw a lot of it. At that
mm,
time he was young, so he really didn't like really know. But as years on down the line, it got like worse.
Mm.
And then after he became abusive, then I became abusive. Instead of arguing, I want to hit first because I learned from him always put his hands on me. So now he want to stop, and now I'm starting.
And now this started in Germany?
It started in Germany,
Okay.
but the trust after he had got that girl pregnant, it was just never the same.
And now
It
he got
really
the girl
wasn't.
pregnant before you guys left to go to Germany, right?
Yes, I was in AIT at the time, but I didn't
Okay.
find out till I got to Germany that he had another baby on the way.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that was tough. So, like, did y'all go to counseling because of that, or did you just
Yes, we had, once the military get involved, we had no choice but to go, even though I try to like hide, lie. And the only reason why we had to end up going to FAP because I was trying to leave one night from our house, and he had got behind the car. And I'm just like trying to leave because I already knew it was gonna escalate. And by this time, I'm like done. I'm tired. I'm fed up. So he gets in front of me, and I chase him down the road in the car, and in the housing complex, it was a special
Mm.
force police that called the police on that. So I ended up getting in trouble, not him.
Oh, wow, because you the one
Yeah.
you was the they saw you as the aggressor that night.
Yes, and I had my child in the car. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So did that hurt your military career when you got in trouble for that?
it did like doing the go drill sergeant. I couldn't go drill sergeant only because I had that FAP case.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it did. It hindered my career, both our career, because we ended up both getting it because I had the bruises and the marks and stuff on me.
Mm.
So yeah.
Wow. So that was pretty tough. So, like, okay, so now you're in Germany now. Do you leave Germany with him, or do you stay, you stay together and y'all leave together, or
Yeah,
you
we
leave him
stayed
in
together.
Germany?
We I deployed one time by myself, then we end up deploying together, which deployment kind of brought us like closer,
Right, right.
everything we saw. And then, we got on assignment to Oklahoma, and I like, okay, maybe this is a fresh start to get us right.
Mhm.
Well, at the beginning, we bought a house together and everything, and then after that, it was just like it went back to the same thing.
And
And
so
at this time, we were just arguing more.
did he ever seek help with the drinking through the military?
Yes, he did. But when I had ended up going to B knock, kind of find
Mhm.
out he was getting like he was doing painkillers a lot, which I didn't like kind of like know.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
So
I didn't
drugs and
know.
alcohol.
And then he ended up getting on orders to go to Kuwait, which it was a deployment, so I couldn't go on that assignment,
Right.
which I was actually happy because it kind of like, got us away. And then he ended up getting on orders to Korea, which I was in the Merit Army Couples Program.
Mhm.
So I deleted myself from that one because while he was in Kuwait, he had got drunk one night real bad, and he called me with another female on the phone. And that one right, it did it. That right there was it.
Oh my
After that, I
goodness.
was like, I'm done.
He
I'm
called
done
you with another female on the
with another
phone
female. Yes.
to say what? What were the what did the
No,
female what were they
he didn't even know
saying?
he was that drunk. He didn't even know he had put another female on the
So was she going off on you,
phone.
or did
No, she
she
was just talking to me. But I already knew them right there was the signs. Like, you know what, he's still up to his no good stuff. So by this
Oh,
time, it's time for me to just, move on. It's perfect. He over there. I'm over here. We can start the process. Do what we got to do to get this thing started.
somebody is asking, what did the female say to you?
She was just talking to me. She really wasn't really disrespectful or anything like that, but it was just the fact that he put a female on the phone. So I was more the one that was cussing her out because
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
you
he done put a female on the phone.
was she saying, we're not together, I'm just trying to make sure he get home safe?
No, she wasn't even saying nothing. She just said hello and then, gave the phone back. But the fact that he put another female on the phone, I like
Okay.
lost it because, like I said, he had already cheated before.
Right.
So I'm like, no.
Mm, okay. So basically the cheating, the physical abuse, and was it verbal abuse as well?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he done called me out of my name. I done called him out of his name.
So it
And
went both
then
ways.
what really did it too was when explaining to my son, and my son was like, well, why did you stay? So it like really broke my heart. Right now I'm like tear-eyed just thinking about why did I stay? And I'm saying in my head, I stayed for your ass,
Yeah, for you,
But he didn't understand, but that's what, because the goal was once my son turned 18, I was leaving regardless. I was gonna
Wow.
leave. I was leaving.
And how old was your son when you left?
Well, my son, okay, so he was 13 when we
Okay.
finally had split up, because after he came back from Korea, he went straight to El Paso, and I stayed in Oklahoma.
Okay. So now did you ask for a divorce or was it his idea?
I asked for the divorce.
Did he fight you at all or did he say, "You know what?
Well,
Let's
yeah, because
leave."
it took 3 years because he acted like he didn't want it. But when he moved to El Paso, he moved with a whole nother lady.
Oh,
He done
wow.
moved a whole nother family into his house, which I didn't mind. The only issue that I had was, now you're playing daddy to some other kids and not your child. Now, when we was together, great father, I'm talking about did, hands down. I wouldn't even
Mhm.
lie. It's like the moment that we separated, you separated from our son. And my son was really crazy about his father because they was in that video game and stuff, and they did that together, not me. I did the other motherly stuff, but like the video games and all that stuff, him and his dad did that. So it's like
Wow.
when we separated, you separated our child too.
So he didn't want a relationship with the son anymore?
I'm not gonna say a relationship with the son, but he wasn't like helping financial anymore.
Now, being in the military, you could have easily had him pay, you know?
Yeah, I did, but I just wanted out so bad or more. I really didn't care.
I got you.
Even in the state of Texas, I didn't want no child support. I didn't want it. I took all the debt that we had. I took it all just so I could just get out of that
So
relationship.
you can be done.
Yes, and then once he got to El Paso, he got hooked up with some bad people, and I'm talking about like the cartels and all. I had to go underneath the
Oh,
radar for a little bit because I didn't know what information these people had of us, me and my
wow.
child. He was just doing some stuff I don't really want to say, but it had all kind of legal issues. I had to go see CID, everybody.
Oh,
It, it,
wow.
it was a mess.
He hooked up with the cartels while he was still serving?
Yes, it was a dude in his unit that was from Mexico, and they would go back and forth. And at this time, I don't even think you can go over there if you're in the military now across the border. They was going
Right,
back
right.
and forth, but I didn't know.
Wow.
But they was doing some illegal stuff, and he ended up getting kicked out the military, just threw his whole career away.
Hmm.
This woman, just like I did, stood by him. She stood behind him to this day. They still together, and I will say he has turned his life around now.
Oh,
He
so he
he
has.
has. He has
Oh,
done a,
okay.
a whole 360. Not even the guy that I even met. You know what I'm saying? 20
Wow.
some years ago.
Yeah, so now does him and your son have a relationship now?
They talk, but my son, he really likes solo. He, if you're not around him, he don't hardly talk to you too much. Even like have to like call him, and he just like to be by himself.
Okay. So he's not a social butterfly.
No,
He's kind of closed off. Okay.
yes,
So, okay, the cheating, the abuse, him disrespecting you by putting females on the phone, you said I'm done. But it took 3 years to close it out. What during those 3 years, it sounds like he went ahead and started dating right away. Did you start dating at all?
yes, I did. Even though we were separated, the military don't look at separation that way. But
Right.
yes, I did start talking. I started talking to other people,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing like really serious because I knew I couldn't get into nothing fully committed what I'm saying, by still being married and stuff. And then I had to be careful at the same time because the military believe in, now they do, as long as you have it legally by the judge, you can partake. But at that time, I couldn't, regardless.
So you did it undercover. I got you.
Yeah,
So
undercover.
so how long between well, it sounded like you guys were separated anyway because of you was physically separated because of the deployments, right?
Yes.
So it wasn't
But
as
3 years
hard.
straight, we were separated. That's after the 10-year mark. After 10 years, I was like, we was done. But it took 13 years total for the divorce to be final.
I got you. 10-year done, 3 more years to get the divorce final. So
Yes.
now, did you ever hear things like no one else is gonna want you when I'm done with you, that type of stuff?
No,
Okay, so he didn't use that. Okay.
no.
Okay. Now, how did he, and not to worry about his feelings, but he knew you were dating, right?
Yes.
He wasn't upset or angry or anything like that.
No, because he was doing his thing. No.
Okay, I got you. So you guys kind of like just decided mutually, you know what, this ain't gonna work. I know you said that you filed and he didn't want it, but he didn't want it, but he had literally moved on physically, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, he wanted his cake and eat it too. That's what
Yeah.
he really wanted. Okay, so now what did you do to self heal after that? After you cut him loose, what did you do to self heal?
After that, I really like took time for myself and my son. We did do counseling because
Okay.
it was one point in my son's life. We were just looking at TV and he was like, my dad did that to my mom. And it was just like so embarrassing because I was around other people at the time. So I
Mm.
knew that it really did affect him. So
So your son.
we did do counseling. I took
Uh-huh.
time out to do more things with him because by being in the military, I wasn't always there physically, but I was
Mhm.
there you know what I'm saying, like money wise. He had everything that a kid could want.
Right, 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 right.
And to this day I feel like he messed up from that because he don't know really what the meaning of doing things on his own because he always had that support system, me,
Mhm.
helping him do things and not being able to really like teach him the meaning how to do this because he ended up going to stay with his mom for a little bit while I deployed because I would rotate between my mom and his mom. But
Okay.
his mom, my son mother mom, by her not being in her son life, she made up for my son. But she
Mhm.
babied him. She did a lot for him, and I'm like stuff that I wouldn't even do. He's a boy.
Right, right.
So he was a little kind of ruined, and I had to hurry and get back home to him to get to break him up out of that.
So
So
your mother-in-law, so your son, so the father's mom is the one that spoiled him.
yes,
Oh, okay. So the grandmother stayed in their life. That's good though.
oh yeah, she crazy about both of her grandbabies.
Okay, that's real good. That's real good
Hmm.
because sometimes mother-in-laws will cut it off too. You know what I mean? They be like, "Shoot, my son don't have nothing to do with the child. I'm not gonna have nothing to do with the child."
Well, me and her, we never had a great relationship, but her and my son did.
That's good. That's good, and that's good that you didn't stop that relationship between them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Keisha, the magic question: did you forgive him?
Yes, I did. I forgave him.
Okay. Okay. How long did it take you to forgive him?
It kind of like took me. It took me by at least a good year
Okay.
because even though I said I had forgave it just like my sister then would send me stuff for him from Facebook, and I'm just like, why? I'm like, he over here playing daddy. Don't be sending me no stuff. He playing daddy, and we still got our child over here. So my sister then would do stuff like that, not trying to hurt me, but
Just
but
to
at the
keep
same
you
time, it did
informed.
hurt because
It
I
did
wanted
hurt.
him to have a relationship with his son, no matter what he went through in life, even after the situation. I did wait a little while, but I would allow the girlfriend to come get my son and not him because I felt like if she trusted him around her kids, I know with
Right.
everything he had been through in life.
Okay.
So I always had that door open where he could see his child at any time. I never
Mhm.
stopped him from seeing our son.
Okay, so now you said your son asked you, "Why did you stay?" And you said you blame yourself a little bit because the girl, she basically challenged you by saying, "I'm gonna take your man from you." And you said, "No, you're not. You ain't gonna take
Y-
my man." Right?
yes, yes,
So now with that, do you forgive yourself?
yes. I do. I do.
Okay.
I do forgive myself. I beat myself up a lot of times about it and as I moved into my next relationship, I still wasn't all the way healed.
Okay. And how long did it take to start that next relationship?
Probably, well, I was still going through the divorce process at the time when I met this other man.
Okay.
and we kind of like hit it off, and he was totally opposite of something that I would date. So I like, okay, let me get away from these men that I know no good for me, and let me just try something different. And I
Right.
thought by me trying something different would be better, and it ended up being the worst.
Oh my goodness. Now let me
It
ask you
ended
this.
up being worse.
Let me ask you this. And sometimes we don't think about this, okay? Did you tell the new guy what went on in the relationship with your the last guy?
I did.
And that's what it is right there, Keisha. Sometimes we don't know when we're telling them things about what happened in our last relationship, we're setting it up to allow them to treat us that way because they know that's something that we're already used to. And we let another man get away with it. So they feel like, oh, well, shoot, since he did this, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as you grow older, you learn to not tell everybody the next person what the old person did. You understand what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
until like years down the line. And that's even if you decide to do that. But it's really none of the new person's business what went on in the last relationship. Only thing they need to know, it didn't work, is over with. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes when you tell them, you're taking that baggage in there and then they try to use it against you. I had to
Yes.
learn that myself too. And that it sounds like that's what the second guy did, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm.
And what really got me with him is when I was in Afghanistan when my mom passed, and when I tell you he was just like there for me, I'm talking about all the way through everything. He was just there. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe he might be the one, what I'm saying, for me. Because I just
Mhm.
never had somebody that just, even being married for so long, to just care like he did. Because even my son, father, much as he was in my mom' life, he didn't even show up to the funeral.
Oh,
And
wow.
I got this man here who just talked to my mom over the phone. He was just there from day one. So that what brought me closer to him.
Mhm.
And then just being by divorce now, all the stuff that I'm still finding out, I'm just like, Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ.
Now, how long were you with the second guy?
We was together 6 years altogether, married 5.
Now, was he military as well?
Yes, he was military. I met
Okay.
him in the military. I messed up because he was my first sergeant. That's why I messed up at.
Ooh, Keisha.
That's why I messed up at.
You was messing with the top.
Messing with the first sergeant.
Ooh, Keisha.
Yep.
So
I was
you
his
got
platoon sergeant.
oh my goodness, you was fraternizing and you know it.
Yep. Yep.
But it's okay. Hey, it happens, right? It happens
Yep.
all the time. So you got with him, and what brought about marriage?
Because we was going in different directions, and I had already told him he was going back. I was on my way to Hawaii, and he was going to Fort Bragg. And I told
Mhm,
him I couldn't do long distance relationship. So
mhm.
at this time, we still in the same year. We done deployed together and everything to Afghanistan. Came back, and he finally told the chain of command. I was shocked because I didn't believe he was gonna tell the chain of command. So they had to move me to a different company or whatever, and we end up getting married. And I should have known a red flag was when I forgot my vows. I could not remember my. I should have
Oh,
known then not to get married.
you
And when
forgot
we
your
got married, I forgot
vows.
my vows. Yes. I'm talking
Oh,
about just
wow.
repeating after the person. I could not, I forgot. That's how nervous I was.
Oh,
Because this
really?
was his third marriage and this was my second marriage.
Okay. So even when he said, he said it and you have to repeat it, you forgot it just like that.
I forgot it.
Wow. Yeah, that was a red flag for
And
sure.
me and my friend to this day, my witness, we kind of like joke about it and laugh about it because she was like, that was the sign right there not to marry him. I said, yep.
So when did you notice the red flags or the change after the marriage?
Okay, so he had a child that I did not know about. I don't know why he would lie. He told me about his other 2 kids, but he had a third child that
Mm,
he didn't tell me about. But after
mm.
that time, it was too late.
You was already married.
Yeah, it was we was out and he was like, well, I thought you would leave me. I'm like, but that was before my time. I can't do nothing before my time. And after my time is different. But maybe because I told
Mm,
him about my first husband had got a baby on me, but it was before my time.
right. Wow. Okay. So he had a third child that he didn't reveal to you, and then
Yeah.
once he revealed it to you, like you was upset because he lied, but not about the
Yeah,
child,
because
right?
I seen it in the phone. See, I'm an Android person. His devices is connected to everything. So all our passwords was our anniversary date.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened to pop up, and it that the iPad didn't have a code on, and I happened to see a baby. So now I'm really upset. So it kind of took me a little while to get over that one.
A
I was
baby
upset
or
for
a
a minute.
toddler?
Yes, I think two. Yeah, about
Okay.
two.
Okay. So it was before you got married, but was it during did he get the baby during you guys dating?
Nope, he never had got the baby. Never got. He might have
No,
went
no,
to go
no,
see the
not got the
baby,
baby. But when did
but
he
he
get,
never got the baby around me.
but I'm saying so he got the girl pregnant and so when he first met you, the baby was a baby, like an infant.
When we got together, she ain't had the baby yet.
Oh, okay. So she was pregnant. Okay,
She
gotcha.
was pregnant,
And he just
but I
didn't
didn't
tell
find out
you.
all about the baby till after we was married.
Gotcha.
So by this time, the baby getting ready, I think, going on two. One going on two.
So that put a little bad taste in your mouth.
It
And
did.
and did you like I mean, did y'all try to still talk about it or he became what happened after that?
Yeah, we like talked about it, and then like I said, he was the kind of person he always had his phone, and I'm like, he always got his phone, his phone, his phone. No matter what we did, no matter where we go, he always on his phone, and I'm like, why he always on his phone? I said, so one day we went out to eat. I'm like, ain't no, we not taking no phones nowhere. So I beat him in the house, and some said go check his phone, and I always told myself when you go looking for stuff, you find stuff,
Yeah,
and
you
not
gonna
kid
find.
you not, they were communicating like she didn't even know we was married.
Oh, this is the baby mama.
Yes.
Well, where she think
Yes.
he was sleeping at night at? Like, where did?
Well, she knew he had his place. She had her place, so I'm assuming he was going to her place.
So they were still carrying on a full fledged relationship.
Yeah, because she lived in El Paso.
Wow.
hmm And then it was to the point where I had him call her on three-way
You
on
had
his
her.
phone
Wait a
in
minute.
front of me.
Your phone went out, Keisha. You said you had him call her on three way.
On three-way, and we talked, and I was like, "Why are you communicating with my husband like this? It ain't nothing about. It wasn't even nothing about the child."
Mm-hmm.
So from that day, she was mad, and that's when she went to go put him on child support. It was a whole bunch of mess because he had lied to her. Apparently, he was supposed to marry her. He left her at the altar for me, but I didn't know none about this till like after the divorce.
Well, goodness.
Yes, I didn't
He
know. It's a, like I said, to this day, I'm still finding stuff out about this man.
he literally left her at the altar,
Left
or
her
he
at
just.
the altar. Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Hey, goodness. And she let me stop. She didn't have no grit party or nothing with him.
Ah, I don't know. And to this day, she has a great man. She just when I married him, I guess she's still trying to get back with him. I don't know. She done had two more kids, and she has a wonderful man, that she's with, but she will not marry this man for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Mm, wow. So did was that second marriage, was it physical at all? Did y'all become physically did y'all assault each other?
Yes, and the only time now he would like break stuff in the house. He wouldn't put his hands on me. But the one time that I caught him like really cheating, and at this time he made the sergeant major list.
Mhm.
So I threatened that I was gonna ruin his career, but no matter what we had been through in life, I might, say stuff out of my mouth, and once we say things, we can't take it back. But I
Right.
never went to the military. I said I was
Okay.
gonna go, but I
Mhm.
never went. But he was messing with an officer.
Okay.
He was messing with an officer, and I find out about it. He had messed around and left his phone unlocked, and what I do, go through the phone. So that time I started forwarding everything to my phone. So I would have
Mhm.
proof. And when he
Okay.
find out that I found out that he was cheating, he put his hands on me.
He put his hands on you
He did, yes.
after you found out that he was cheating with the officer.
Yes, he said I had no business going through his phone. Yep,
Man, did you? Woo, girl. And he was a sergeant major then.
he was going through the academy.
And he put his hands on you, girl. You could have ruined him. You
Yeah,
could have
I could have, but you
finished
know what?
him.
I'ma tell you, Amora, when you love somebody, you just you make excuses. You think things are gonna get better,
Hmm.
and
Wow.
it's and that's why I tell you when women, I'm not gonna lie, we love hard. We do.
Yeah, we do. We do.
We love really hard. And I felt like, okay, he done made sergeant major. I'm sergeant first class. We
Mm.
gonna do this thing.
Good life, good
Yep,
finances.
yep,
So now with this marriage, so he started putting his hands on you, and I'm sure he came back and said, "I'm sorry, I'll never do it again," and all that stuff, right?
yep. Because I had put him out. I packed his stuff up. I put him out. He
Okay.
had nowhere to go, but I put him out.
Okay. And then how long how long was he gone before you let him come back?
Probably like a week.
Okay. I was gonna
So by
say I
this
know
time
it
he
wasn't
came
long.
back, he done got changed his phone number. I'm talking about like everything pleading, all of this and that, and then it was just so much more. And then we ended up going to Korea. So he was mad because he had to follow to Korea. He didn't want to go to Korea, which I'm like, normally you follow the highest ranking person, but
Right.
we ended up going to Korea. It was just so much, but he had been messing with another female from another duty station. She was a civilian employee, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was telling her he was gonna divorce me and be with her, all
Mm.
kind of stuff. And then I
Wow.
guess it didn't work out, but she filed an IG complaint, and it went all the way up, and he got in trouble.
She filed an IG complaint against him.
Hmm.
Oh
Against him.
wow. Now was that fraternizing relationship as well?
Yes, because he's married, so he got a
Right.
general letter reprimand
Oh, as a sergeant major?
as a sergeant major. So
Oh
you
my
can imagine
God.
how embarrassing it was. It
Oh
went
yeah,
through his
he
letter.
was
It goes
mad
all the way
then.
through the top.
Right. And that made him really, really mad then,
Yeah, because he was really forced to retire, pretty much.
Was he a command sergeant major or just a sergeant major?
Sergeant major.
Wow. So they forced him to retire and he blamed it on you, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure he told everybody, all the other women that he's with, it was my fault.
Mm.
So, even after that, I even wrote letters for him as being a supportive wife. And I'm gonna tell you one reason why I didn't leave when I left, because he tried to commit suicide in front of me.
Oh.
I'll never
Oh
forget
my God.
April 25th, 2017, in the bathroom of our house. He
Oh
tried to
my
kill himself.
goodness. Oh wow.
Yes. He had put the gun to his mouth, and he was gonna kill
Oh wow.
himself. So he told me if I called the police, he would kill himself. So I was able to call some friends to come to the house to like help plead with me to get that gun out of his mouth. Because in
Oh
the
my
past he have been suicidal before with his other relationships, but once again, I did not know that.
wow.
So it was the emotional thing, and if something was to happen, I really would have blamed myself.
Right, I understand.
So that was another reason why I really stayed. So we get to Maryland, like, okay, it's a free coming to Maryland. I was gonna get my own place and everything, and he was like, no, let's try to work it out or whatever. Because they
Mhm.
brought him back here to retire because they knew he had no choice but to retire. But they put him in the area so he can get a good job and everything when he retired.
Right.
So he worked, at the hospital or whatever. And then I'm a very observant person, so he would pack his bag every night for work. And all of a sudden, this night he packed civilian clothes, and I'm trying to figure out why he packing civilian clothes. You know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So he called me the next day. He like, I'm getting ready to go down here to Norfolk with the Navy sergeant major. We're going to go visit a soldier in jail. So I'm like, why are you going? In my head, I'm like, why are you going with a army? I mean, with a Navy sergeant major to go see about a Navy soldier in the jail? That don't make sense. But you know what? Okay. He would call
Mhm.
and text me like it was nothing. So I'm good. I'm hearing from him, not thinking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came back home that night, I noticed I went through the bag. The clothes wasn't in the bag. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, where your clothes at? He like, oh, I left them at work in case, if I go somewhere after work, I can change the clothes. I said, okay, no problem. So by this time, my mood, my attitude, I got an attitude. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm short. Like, he like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. But he could tell something is wrong. So by this
Right.
time, that was Friday night. So it was Saturday. So he had left out the house Saturday. He like, I'm finna go to Barnes and Nobles and I'm finna go find me a book on how to be a better husband. So he was being real funny. I said, okay. So at this time
Mm-hmm.
we had three vehicles. So some said, go check the car. Me, because just the red flags have been there. Well, he not smart enough to throw away evidence. He keep his evidence. He was buying women stuff, leaving the receipts in the car when we was in
He
El
was just
Paso.
sloppy
So
with it, huh?
he was sloppy with it.
Mm.
So
Come on, Star Major, get it together.
I went to go check the car. Okay, I ain't seen nothing. Went back in the house and some said, go back and check the car again. So I went back. So this time I lift up the where the tire thing at. Why the clothes underneath there?
Why is he hiding the clothes though?
Cause he was with another woman.
But how is hiding the clothes? What? Like, did it have lipstick on it or something? I'm just hiding the clothes. What is that gonna?
Cause that night when I told you he went down, he was talking to this woman in Virginia. And I guess he took her out to eat. And to make it seem like it was nothing, he came back home in his PTs.
Okay, gotcha. But so the clothes he
So
was hiding was some dress up clothes, like
yes,
casual going out
the
clothes.
clothes that he had packed in that bag. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I find that out, that's when he had put his hands around my neck and he like really like he was choking me or whatever. So by this time I finally got away. Thank God for the military who teach you your skills, how to get out of stuff.
I know, right?
So when I got out of it, now no matter what we've been through in life, I never pulled out a weapon, even though we had weapons in the house. But that was the day I went and got a knife. And I
Mm-hmm.
grabbed the knife and I put the knife up to his neck. I said, I told you the next time you put your hands on me, I will fucking kill you.
Oh wow.
And he just sat there. He didn't do nothing. Nothing.
Cause he believed you.
Yep. So
He
that
believed
Monday,
you.
he went and told the military on me.
He told on you after.
Yeah, so I got kicked out the house.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
And I kid you, I had just got to Maryland. I had just got to Maryland.
Wow.
Just got to Maryland.
Oh my goodness. He flipped the
Yep.
script on you.
So I had to do FAP with the Navy and with the Army.
Goodness. So now hold on, Keisha. Oh my God, I feel bad for you now. So you got in trouble with the first husband because you chased him down housing in your car, right?
Yes.
Then you got in trouble with the second husband because he choked you, and then you defended yourself and you pulled a knife on him.
Yep. Well, I ain't gonna say really got in trouble, but I had, thank God I had a good chain of command.
Okay,
And
okay.
you know how you got them commanders that be like, you better tell me what's going on. Because when he called me and told me he told Fal, I like, should I go tell my command? Because I don't know if he playing or not. But I'm glad that I did go talk to my command
Right,
and
right.
told them everything that was going on.
Yeah, you have to keep your command abreast with everything.
And what saved me on a lot of stuff because I did keep pictures of the marks, the stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
had the cheating allegation, and then they did let me go in the house and get some stuff out. So I put a hidden cameras in the house, and I put a tracking device underneath the vehicle
Oh
so I
wow.
could prove my case.
So were you able to prove it?
Yeah, some things I highly encourage no woman to ever do, but I done confronted several women about him. But one thing I did, I always when I go to women, I never go half step. I come woman to woman because I don't know what these men be telling these women. We be going off on these women, they have no clue. But what
Right.
got me was one that where I go to my appointment at, she worked at the desk who do the appointments.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew who I was. I didn't know who she was.
Mm.
One of the women that he was talking to. But I ended up going to her house, confronting her. She wasn't there. So I ended up going to the job. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I ended up going to her job, but that day I had an appointment, so it wouldn't look like I was harassing her.
Right.
So, and I confronted her then, let her hear all the audio clips of everything, and some of the voices wasn't even her, so he was talking to other women too. And kind of find out the woman, so when he actually filed for divorce. So when he filed for divorce, he filed under domestic. So that
Okay.
was sped up the divorce for us here.
Okay.
So he went and got a lawyer and stuff. I didn't get a lawyer, but I was trying to figure out how he had got money for a lawyer because he didn't have any money. But one of the women that he was messing with paid for him for a lawyer.
So hold on. I guess I'm lost. So you can file for divorce for domestic?
Yep, he filed for domestic here in Maryland.
I didn't even
Big as
know
day,
that
you
that
pull
was
my name up. That shit say domestic.
wow. So he basically filed for divorce saying that he was domestically abused.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Oh
Yep.
my God, Keisha. Jeez. And after all the police reports and stuff that you had?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So now is that on your record?
It's not on my record, but it's underneath the divorce thing.
Oh, it's just under divorce, but he
Mm-hmm.
never he never tried to file criminal charges or anything
No.
criminal charges. So he just
No.
filed for domestic and he probably used that knife incident. Now, did you
Yep.
tell them that he threatened to commit suicide?
Yes. Well, they already knew that too from his behavioral health doctor.
I'm saying, but did the police that night that you tried to pull the knife, did they know he was suicidal then?
Yes, because we had to take the weapons out the house and stuff.
Wow, like I'm just trying to figure out how did now did you fight him on that domestic charge? Because couldn't you have turned around and charged him with
Well,
something else?
no, because we didn't do it through the civilian course. It was like really done through the military. But my FAP, I had a great FAP person, so
Hmm.
she helped me with my situation there.
Wow. Well, did y'all have any kids together?
No, no kids.
Ooh, girl, I know you happy about that.
Yes,
Now,
no
how long?
kids.
I know, like ooh, but that next wife, she gonna get it. But how long has y'all been divorced now? You and the second one.
It's been going on 3 years.
So now, when he was forced to retire, were you still in, or did they make you force? Did
No,
they
I
force you
was
to
still
retire?
in.
Okay. So both you guys retired with honorable, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that's good. So it didn't ruin you totally.
No,
It just was like a little mark on your record.
yeah.
Wow. Man, so he was physical abusive. He deflected, he blamed stuff on you, and then turned around and tried to make it seem like he was the victim.
Yeah. And then when I tell you I had lost so much weight. I lost so much weight. I looked it so bad. I'm like I was on drugs. That's how much weight because he tried to make it seem like I was exaggerating, making up stuff because wasn't nothing going on, and the whole time it really was. And that's why I had to prove to myself by putting these cameras and stuff that and then with the proof of the stuff, and I'm still sitting here by your side through everything, and this how
Mhm.
you treated me. And then on
Wow.
the recordings, how he talked so bad about me to these other women, like I was the worst thing ever in his life, and how
And
they
you
was the
heard
best
this.
thing in his life. And I was just like, so some of those recordings, I'm not gonna lie, it really hurt. It really hurted me because I was there for that man.
So now
I
hold
never took
on.
nothing from him. He would tell me how other women would use him and take things. I never took nothing from no man. Nothing.
So Keisha,
I always
these
try to be supportive.
these recordings were after he kicked you out the house in Maryland?
Yes. Yes.
And did he ever find out that you was recording him?
Yeah, he found it.
How did he find it?
Just I guess because I kind of like gave some things up when I find out he finna do certain. Even though we had a no contact order, I still violated the no contact order. I would go to the house because he told me he finna go to this girl house. I was like, oh, you ain't finna go nowhere. So he kind of like, okay, how she know my move? So he just got to go and looking through the house, and he ended up finding it.
Oh, so you gave it away,
I
Keisha.
gave it away. Yep.
So let me ask you something. So he divorced you And that hurt you, didn't it?
No, you know what? It didn't hurt me. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I wanted
Okay.
out, but I
Okay.
just didn't know how to get out without the the suicidal stuff.
Okay, got you.
So like I'm gonna tell you, we get to the courts, he wanna talk, and he like, I don't want a divorce, I don't want this. We in the courtroom, he in there crying, literally crying. So
Mm,
I'm looking at Hilda with his lawyer, and I represent myself. When I tell you I had my book ready because I had some friends who prepared me, I ain't need no lawyer. So I got
okay.
these people looking at me to the right, looking at like, if anybody should be crying, it would be me and not him. But he's
Right.
literally crying in the courtroom. So once
Wow.
the divorce is final, and then at the end, I went in the bathroom because I didn't want to go downstairs with him and his lawyer. So
Mm-hmm.
literally, he waited for me downstairs with a different woman. This wasn't even the woman he was cheating on me with. This was a totally different woman. They
What?
waited for me to come downstairs
So
and
you could
followed
see
me.
him. He wanted you to see him with the girl?
He wanted me to see him with the girl, a different girl.
Oh my goodness.
So I like literally stopped. I turned around and I just shook my head. I was just like, really?
Wow.
Like, really? Yeah.
Whew. So now you got out of that relationship. Now, do you guys communicate at all?
Not now. At first, community, because after all he did, he put all my stuff outside. That's how mad he was. But in the state of Maryland, he had to put all my stuff back inside. So he had surgery. So I went to go uh, just for his mom, because me and his mom to this day, we have a good relationship. A good
Okay.
relationship.
Okay.
And I just went to go, because they were having a major surgery. So I just went up there
Mhm.
to show my support for her, whatever. And then after that, he said he had bought me a house. So he called me and he was like, I just want to let you know I bought you a house. And I was just like, okay, because I'm saying in my head, you ain't buy me no house. But kind of find out there was a lie. It was another woman house. It was
But wait
another
a
woman
minute.
house.
This is after y'all divorced. He said he bought
After
you a
the
house.
divorce, he bought me a house. But kind of find out it was another lady's house. It wasn't even his house. He like, oh, your name is on the deed. I said, well, take my name off the deed. He said, your name off, knowing that you can't take my name off a deed unless I sign it myself.
Without
So I already
you.
knew that right
Right.
there was a lie. And then the one final draw that made me just block him completely was when it was during Thanksgiving time. He had a gun to his head and he sent it to his mom and his kids. And his son had forwarded to me that he was
Oh
going to kill
my.
himself.
God.
Yeah. So from that day on, I have had no communication, none whatsoever.
So you don't even know if he's still alive or not.
Girl, he's alive, girl. He's engaged. Been knowing this woman for 1 month. They engaged now, and he's still trying his way back over here. It ain't gonna happen, guy. Cause I want, and the sad part is, I was on a flight with his fiance this weekend. I wanted to say something, but I said, you know what? It's not my place. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
nothing. But I wanted to say something to her so bad.
No,
But I
let
like, you know what? I'm just not that kind of person. Cause
now.
what didn't work for me, it might work
Mhm.
for
But let me ask you this. I mean, did he ever try to go seek counseling? Because it sounds like he got a medical issue
them. He do.
of
He goes to
depression
counseling.
and
He goes to counseling.
does he have PTSD?
Yes, bad, bad, real
Oh,
bad.
okay.
And
Wow.
he uses that too. That he black out. He can't remember what he done to me. Oh, it's amazing when you do things to me, you black out and you can't remember.
Right. Oh, Keisha, girl.
Yeah,
But
I've been through some things in life, and people don't understand how I done had like two meltdowns in my lifetime. One when my mom died, and then just after all of this, I had a breakdown real bad. But
yeah,
thank God for my sisters. We got real close after my mom passed. And I have
okay.
wonderful friends through the military. And I say that's one thing that I do miss is meeting good people. I've
That's
had some great friends,
that's right. That's right. Yeah, friends
better than
for
family.
lifetime. Yep, you got it. You got it. You got that 100%. So let me ask you something. Your story is very interesting. It was a lot too. So what did you learn about yourself once after both of those toxic relationships? What did you learn about you Like, what do you think is the reason that you ran, you drew to them or you ran to them in the first place?
I I think because of the just of the type of man that my father was, you know what I'm saying? He was into the drugs and stuff. And and I tell any mother, any father out there that, your kids, that if you have a daughter, she want a man like her father. And a son want a woman like his mother. So we have to
Right.
like really just really represent and, just do the best that we can because if not, that would draw me to that. Like I said, I love a man with gold and then I thought about trying something different would be something, but you have to get to know that person background. You have to know the history. You have to.
Yes.
You
And
have to.
now, are you dating now?
I am. We've been together now, 5 years. He just proposed. To
Okay.
be honest, I was just very hesitant. I really was because I was like, I never wanted to get married again. And then I was like, I can't never say never. I can't let he might he just might be the one for me. My happiness because of what happened in my past.
Right.
He's never been married, so he's never been married, so he's kind of skeptical. But we've been together 5 years, living, and do we have our days? We do, but the good outweigh the bad. He hasn't put his hands and none of that on me,
Okay.
So
Let me ask you
he had two
something.
kids.
Oh, he
He
does
loved
have
my
two
family.
kids. Okay. And did you establish boundaries with this new guy?
Yes, I have.
Because you have to. And what I mean by boundaries, I mean you need a shoot. I tell people to write a list. I tell my daughters, write a list of things that you will not tolerate. You know how the military have zero tolerance for certain things, and
Yes,
no matter who you are, if you do it, they'll kick you out. You gotta
yes,
have a no tolerance list. I mean, it ain't gotta be 6 feet tall, right? The list ain't gotta be long, long, but it need to be a couple of things on your list that no matter what, you would not tolerate. It be straight deal breakers. And the thing about it is your deal breakers may be different than another woman's deal breakers. You know what I
yes.
mean?
Yes. And my two definitely is no cheating and no putting your hands on me.
Yeah, the putting the hands is absolutely number one for me. Like I can't even fathom saying I'm gonna give you a second chance because I already know you're gonna do it again. So I'm gonna be
Yep.
afraid. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sitting up there, anticipating you about to hit me again. And I can't live like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So definitely not the physical, definitely not the physical. Wow. Woo, Keisha. So that's good. I'm glad you're out of it and you're in a safe place now. You're in a relationship. So I love the fact that even though you had those two bad toxic relationships, you still didn't sit down and say, I'm done. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of women close their hearts up and then they grow cold because they don't want to let love in again, right? Even though love
Yes.
is an action. We choose
What
love.
I had to really find myself. Just by being in the military, I always put others before me. So,
Mhm.
and I just had to find myself and like, focus more on me. So that's definitely what I've been doing since I retired. It's just been able to I took a year off. I'm about to get ready to start a job here in August. But I took a year
Okay.
off just to enjoy me
Yes, get to know
and
you.
cater
I
to
love that.
myself.
I love that. Let me ask you something. What advice would you give another person right now considering leaving a toxic relationship?
One thing that I will tell them, you have to know what you will and what you will not tolerate.
Right.
That's
Those are
number one.
boundaries. Yep.
You have to set those boundaries, no matter
Mhm.
what, because when a person say they're not going to do it again, they will. I'm telling you, it never changed. We think in our head it's gonna change, it's gonna change, and
Mhm.
sometimes it may. But in my situation, it didn't change.
Okay.
But you have to set those boundaries. If you have kids, you have to think about your kids. In
Mhm.
the end of the day, your kids is what matters the most. Because when they see this, it affects them also. They dealing with that pain. Even a little baby can feel the mother's pain or father's pain
Right.
and knowing when something isn't right.
Right.
But one thing I will tell anybody to Long as you know in your marriage or your relationship, you gave your best, you did everything you possibly could to make it work and it didn't work, or you can leave out of this situation with your head held high.
Right. Yes. So, what advice would you give someone that's already out of it, but you know that first 60 days, 90 days, you have that itch and you want to go back? What would you tell them that they need to do to make sure that they do not go back to that toxic relationship?
The first thing they need to do is seek counsel. That's the first thing.
Seek
And then
counsel.
surround themselves with positive family members, positive friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the most vulnerable part right here is where they need that support system.
Mm-hmm.
And just be the best that you can be at all times.
Okay.
You
Yes.
know,
Mm-hmm. So seeking counseling and getting that support system, that family members,
that
you know,
support system.
them family members gonna make sure you don't go back. They gonna dog that joker out, right?
Yep. And you know what, Amora, that was one thing that I did not do. I never got my family involved until I knew I was done.
Okay,
I
got you.
never had got them involved. Maybe if I would have, but then I look at if I went back, they wouldn't like I just didn't want the animosity. But when I knew I was done,
Mm-hmm.
I was done.
You
That's
was
when I let
done.
my family know I was done.
Oh
And
wow.
my
That
son, he don't like my ex-husband at all. At all.
mm. Now did he ever call him dad?
No.
Okay, got you.
But he tried to put hands on my son one time when my son tried to protect me.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm. How old was your son then?
He was in high school. Matter of fact, 12th grade.
Oh wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whew, girl. Well,
Yep.
thank you, Keisha. Your story is very interesting. Let me see if anybody in the audience have any questions for you. Does
Okay.
anybody have any questions for Keisha? She had two toxic relationships. She survived both of them. She moved on. She's been in a relationship now for 5 years and she has her boundaries in place. She's not going to say I do until she's sure, right, Keisha?
That's right.
That's good. That's good. Does anybody have any other questions for her? All right. So since there's no questions, you can always ask questions in the chat. And Keisha, if you want to, you can answer the question. Okay, somebody asked Keisha, how old are you?
I'm 42 now.
She good and grown, 42.
I'm 42.
Somebody said, good advice. My son was fighting his dad as well. Thank you for your story, Keisha. Oh, wow. So they're saying thank you so much. Keisha, we do appreciate you for bringing your story to us. And I know your story is going to help someone. I can just feel it. Your story is definitely going to help someone. So we do appreciate you.
And thank you. I appreciate it being able to and I tell anybody, just get your story right there. Just, not just counseling, getting it out there. It helps you also with the healing
Yes,
process.
absolutely.
Because you never know who
Absolutely.
life you save in one day. And if somebody did give up on a relationship, theirs could not be as worse as mine or even worse. But if God give us another day to wake up, He give us another day to get it right and
That's
to be
right.
happy. We all
That's
deserve
right.
happiness.
Absolutely, Keisha. That's right. Well, thank you so much. And we will chat in the comments, but you have blessed us totally.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Keisha. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Wow. What an amazing woman. I admire her because she did not just have one toxic relationship, she had two. And she is still surviving, she's still kicking, she's still ticking, and she still moved on and her heart did not grow cold. She is still loving someone again. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear that, once we get out of these type of relationships, we don't let this be our future. Okay, it happened, it's over, it's done. You know what I mean? Wow, she is strong. Not one but two. So we have another story. And you know what? I do apologize. I did not drop the link for her. I should have. I just dropped the link so you can come up. Miss Pretty Diva. Wow, that was an amazing story. Hearing these stories, I really do hope that they can bless someone, because trust me, they're definitely blessing me. You definitely got to set those boundaries, but definitely don't close your heart off. Oh, let me check, Terry. Hold on. Maybe it's somebody else. Let me check. The 20. Hold on. Let me make sure I have the right name. Who is Diva T? That's not you, Terry? Diva T? Oh, I thought it was you. So I don't even know. I didn't even call her, y'all. Let's give Diva T a couple of minutes if she's there. I'm gonna drop the link again, and if Diva T is there, she can come tell her story. Unless she just want to wait until another day. Are you coming? I'm sorry. I thought that was Terry. I should have called you. I'm so sorry, Tanya. I just dropped the link for you to come up if you'd like to do it today. If you want to reschedule, just let me know. But if not, we can do it today. I'm looking for the link. It's right above your comment. The one that you say is me is right above that comment. If you need me to send it to your messenger, I will. Hold on one second. I saw the diva and I just assumed that it was I assumed that it was Terry. Miss Diva. I'm going to send it to your messenger if you don't. Do you have the link? If not, I'll send it to your messenger. Okay, hold on. And while we wait for Tanya to come up, we're going to have a conversation right quick. Let me send her this link first. It won't let me send it to you. It's telling me to connect to Instagram. Did you can somebody point out the link to her? I'm gonna drop it one more time because it's not letting me for some reason. Let me see something. It's not letting me send the link to you on Messenger. I wonder why. TONY. There you go. Do you have it, Tanya? Do you see the link? Where are you at? Are you on YouTube or Facebook? Because I'm streaming for both of them today. I dropped it on YouTube and Facebook. While Tanya is getting, I'm assuming she must have clicked on the link. Thank you, Adrian. Everybody hit the like button. Please hit the like button. While we're waiting on Tanya to come up, I wanted to talk about red flags in relationships. I want us to actually have a whole segment on it one day. Okay, let me know if you need anything, Tanya. Hi, it's Miki. Hi, Jolanda. I saw that you said that you wanted to write a book. Let me read it. You said, I'm thinking about writing a book on domestic narcissistic abuse, but every time I start writing, I start crying. I'm not healed yet. Oh, Jolanda, I think writing this book will help you a lot. It may even be that key to your healing. Girl, you got to let them tears fall, get it out, girl. And there's nothing wrong with every now and then, you still cry. But I'm going to need you to come up here and tell us your story. But if you want to wait until you heal, you can do that too. Or maybe we can help you heal. Maybe we can. But I say, write the book. Write the book. Let me tell you, sharing my story about my childhood, it helps me heal as well. Now, I don't go around telling everybody because, you just got to be careful with who you share with. You know what I mean? So, so again, I don't go around telling everybody, but at the same time, when I share my story, I get stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, I get stronger and stronger and stronger. I say write the book, but you know what though? I've been saying I was going to write a book for the longest too, and I haven't. So maybe I need to tell myself, write the book, Amora, write the book. I'm sure a lot of us in here can write a book, you know. Black women go through so much. Women in general go through so much. And I'm not saying men don't go through things, but the things that we go through, especially if you're a type of person that love hard, you know what I mean? I love hard. Like if I love you, I love you. You know what I mean? If I love you, I love you. So I don't have wandering eyes. My man don't have to worry about if I'm gonna cheat with the next guy. My man never been insecure about me doing something with another man. That has never been not even a topic or thought in our marriage. When I'm with you, I'm with you. And plus, I think I learned like because I have older sisters and but I've learned that I don't like mixing spirits and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't like sleeping with different men at the same time and stuff like that because I feel like you mix spirits. You mix stuff together and I don't like doing that. When I'm done with a guy, I like to cleanse myself of that guy. Cleanse myself of him and then I go to a next person. But I don't like mingling with two different, and I just can't anyway because I'm an emotional person anyway. So like I can't be kissing and loving on you and then kissing and loving on someone else. It ain't gonna feel right. It's gonna be yucky to me for one of them, whether it's my husband or the side kick. It's gonna feel yucky. I'm not gonna be into one of them, so I might as well just not do it. But men sometimes they don't understand that. They can go on, they can be in a relationship, they can do this with this woman today and don't feel absolutely nothing, and they can do it with another woman the next day, don't feel nothing. I can't do that. And I know a lot of women that can't. It may be a few women that can do that, but not too many. Not too many. She is definitely one strong lady. She's definitely one strong lady. She saved him not once, but twice of committing suicide. That has to be hard in itself. That has to be so hard. I'll be so, I just be on edge. I'll feel like any day he's going to do that. Okay, Tanya, at the bottom, it's going to say start cam and stop cam. If you don't want to be on camera, just hit stop cam. Do you see it at the bottom? Can't no one see you right now because I haven't brought you on the panel, but I can see you. Do you want it? Okay, there you go. No, no, you didn't. Hit stop cam. Do you see it? Can you hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Okay, do you see stop cam down at the bottom? I think you disconnected altogether. She's going to come back, y'all. Her story was amazing. Yes, it really was amazing. Jolanda, Terry said, take it day by day. Yes, day by day. But I'm glad you're here, Jolanda, listening to these stories. Because one of these stories or a multiple is going to empower you. And find you a theme song, girl. That's what got me through, honey. I had to play, and y'all would not believe what my theme song is. I wanted to throw the whole song away after, a certain individual play it a lot, but my theme song is, that song Tupac, I Ain't Mad at You? That was my Survivor theme song. I used to blast that song riding down the streets singing, hell no, I ain't mad at you. That was my thing for real. I sung that song and that got me through, believe it or not. So you got to get your song, whether it's a slow song, a fast song, whatever helps. Get it, you got to do it. I see you, Tanya, but it's saying your device is not connected. Try it one more time. Try it one more time. But you got to get you a theme song, girl, and you got to blast that song when you folding clothes in your house, when you washing dishes in your house, when you exercising, when you riding down the road. You got to blast that song. Somebody said their theme song is Drop It Low. Oh, not Drop It Low. Oh, no. No, that's not my theme song, Lauren. You're funny. My theme song is I Ain't Mad at You by Tupac. Y'all gotta pull that one up. Tanya, let me know if you need some help. Ask God to remove the spirit of fear. Who we talking to? Yetta? Let me see. What is Yetta saying? Yetta, what you say, girl? Hey everyone, I'm listening. I went through a toxic relationship that has me so afraid to be in another relationship. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna cast that out for real. Mm-mm. But you know what? Somebody else told me that, and I know they're in here as well. There you go. I got you. Okay. So let me say this before I bring Tanya to the stage. To the panel. Somebody else told me that. They said they were very afraid. And I said, you know what? That's what that man want you to be. He wants you to be afraid to move on, to love someone else. But take it day by day, day by day, day by day. And also pray to God and like someone said, and ask him to get rid of that fear for you. So right now, you guys, we are going to bring Tanya to this panel to listen to her story of how she moved on after a toxic relationship. Hi, Tanya. Welcome to the panel. Hit your unmute button.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
How are
okay.
you guys? I want to first apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. So did you? Okay. So I don't see. I don't hear the echo no more. So I think you're good. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah. So in the background, turn down either Facebook or YouTube, whichever one you have on. Just put that on mute.
How about that?
Let me see. No, I still hear it.
Okay, I turned off my speaker. My sister got her phone on. Let me turn it off.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry for wasting you all's time.
No, 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 no. You're good. You're good. You're good. We want to hear your story.
Yes. Hopefully it'll help someone.
Yes. So it must be your sister's phone. Somebody has YouTube or Facebook on.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Turn mine on. She has Facebook on, and I have. Let me turn it off.
Is she sitting next to you?
Yeah. Janice! I'm sorry. Excuse me
It's
for
okay.
hollering.
It's okay.
I don't know how to do her phone. Yes. Turn you what you on Facebook or
I'm just gonna mute her right quick until she get it going. Let me check.
Okay, Amari, is it okay now?
Let me see. Yes, yes, yes. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you all for your patience.
Okay. No, thank you so much. I'm just trying to see, do I still hear it? Hold on. I do. I still hear it. Do y'all hear that?
No, I am on.
You should be only on StreamYard. So you got to sign out, or not sign out, but click out of Facebook if you was on Facebook. Just click out of it because you're on StreamYard now.
Okay, let me see.
Oops. We gonna get it together, y'all. We gonna get it together. Thank y'all for y'all patience. While y'all in here, hit the subscribe and the like button, please. We gonna have patience for Tanya. Yeah, so when you come up on StreamYard, it's a whole different system. So you when you come up on StreamYard, you might as well just put Facebook or YouTube, whichever way you come in, just put that on mute or either just click out of it altogether. All right, hit your stop cam, Tanya, and I'll bring you back up on the panel. There you go.
Okay now.
Let me see. Yes,
Do I
that's
sound
it.
okay?
Yes, you sound good. No, wait a minute.
Okay,
Every time I say that, I hear it again.
okay. I have everything off in here. Now I have. Let me turn my TV down.
Okay.
Okay, is it okay?
Let me see. Let me say something else. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, thumbs up,
Okay.
y'all. If y'all are ready for Miss Tanya, thumbs up. Let me wait this, but let me get a couple of thumbs. Thumbs up if you're ready to hear Miss Tanya talk about her story of how she went through a toxic relationship and how she managed to get out of that relationship and move on. Thank you, Yetta. Thank you. Appreciate that. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. So we got a lot of thumbs up, Miss Tanya. So let me ask you a
Okay.
couple of questions. First of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. I can't complain.
Okay. Thank you. And how do you say your last name? Zellner?
Zellner.
Zellner. Okay. All right. Well, Miss Tanya, first I want to thank you for coming to the panel to share your story. And I know it's going to be a blessing to all of us in
Yes.
here. So let me just start
Hopefully.
off by asking you a couple of questions. How
Okay.
long were you in the relationship?
6 years. My marriage.
O-
Well, I take that back. My marriage, to be honest, still going now. No divorced. So you're
Okay.
saying about 20 something years.
Okay.
Yes.
20 years, but y'all are not together. Y'all just
We're not
haven't
together.
agreed.
We've been married since 1996 and still married. Haven't divorced yet, being honest.
And do y'all still communicate with each other and stuff?
No, 2 years. After 2 years, that was it. Couldn't do it anymore.
Got you, got you. Okay. All right. So what was some of the red flags that led you to say, I'm done?
Okay, in the beginning, I had red flags, which
Okay.
was before we got married. And it was when we were staying. Is it okay if I could say where we were staying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me tell you
Okay.
this. if you want to mention his name, you can. If you don't have to. Okay. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
if you want to talk about where anything that you feel comfortable with talking about.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
his name is Robert, and my name is Tanya, of course. And um, first of all, I met him through a girlfriend. And the first red flag was we dated for like a talk, communicated, saw each other maybe 2 times before. Okay, he had to go to jail. So he was
Oh, wow.
incarcerated for, yeah, almost a year. And
Mhm.
being that he was incarcerated almost a year, he came out. So I still dated him. Upon us getting an apartment, that was the first red flag right there, incarceration.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
next red flag was at our apartment. We was there probably about a year, and this is before the marriage now.
Mhm.
And a young lady came. He had a job. A young lady came to the apartment, brought him some food, and I'm like, "Who's that young lady? And where did she come from?" He was like, "Oh, there's somebody from the job." So he threw the food in the backyard. So we had an argument, and I was like, "Oh, Patrick, I'm not gonna deal with his middle name is Patrick. That's what I called him. I said, Patrick,
Okay.
I'm not gonna deal with this, and I'm not. And not mind you, I have his son, which is my stepson, which he had got custody of, with me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with this, Patrick. I don't do this cheating. I don't do this, blah 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 blah. That. But
Mhm.
um, I still end up marrying him, Laura. What happened was we moved to Griffin. We talked about it. And we said, okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna, do this and we're gonna do that. So we moved to a little town called Griffin, Georgia. And I know a lot of people
Okay.
probably know about Griffin, Georgia. And we got married, and that's where everything just really came out. And I just thought once getting married, I made the right decision, but I didn't. And what happened was, we moved to Griffin, and the thing that happened was he got a job, which that company had just opened, and it was just, all kind of things that you could, woman's intuition. You just felt something different. You just felt like something was going on. And what happened was I got the first phone call on my phone,
Okay.
and young lady, we ended up buying a house once we got married, and I had the first phone call on my phone from a young lady stating that I was like, hello. And she was like, hello. I was like, may I help you? She said, may I speak with Patrick? I said, Patrick. I said, who is this? She said, this is Lisa's, Patrick's girlfriend. I'm like, okay, that's impossible. This is Tanya, his wife.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. The thing about this was this young lady met me to prove to me that my husband was dealing with her. I really didn't believe this girl. I was like, she's telling a lie. And when she was talking on the phone, it was other females in the background. And I was like, oh wow, this girl
Mhm.
is about to meet me. And I'm getting ready to meet her. And I'm like, I can't meet this girl by myself. And she got other girls in the background. So I called my girlfriend Greta, and I was like, okay, Greta, we got to roll because some lady just called me about Patrick. She's dating
Mhm.
him. So she was telling me about she shaved her hair. Excuse me, he shaved his hair. Y'all believe, forgive me, I'm a little nervous. He shaved
It's
his hair
okay.
on
It's
his
okay.
stomach. He shaved his hair
Mhm.
on his stomach because she didn't like hair. And truly, he did shave his hair. And I like hair on a man's stomach. And she was
Mhm.
like, she was with him on the 4th of July. And it's the main, in the meantime, we driving. Well, excuse me, I'm trying to wait on Greta to get to my house because I
Mhm.
have his son and I have Greta, which is my godson. And I didn't want to take the kids with me. I wanted
Mhm.
somebody to be there for the kids. But you're a woman like me, I'm a Virgo. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get up out of here and I'm ready to do something. So I
Mhm.
ended up leaving. I said, y'all, come on, let's go, let's go. So I'm riding down the street and I end up seeing my girlfriend coming one way. And I didn't see anybody with her but her. And she was like, come on, T, we can do this. So I get there and we met at a gas station, me and that young lady. When she got in the
Mhm.
car, I just kind of like shook my head. So she went to the job and she showed me that She was dating him. So when she got to the job, y'all, she went to the side of the job where employees go. But when I go to the job, I got to go through 50 and 60
Screening.
supervisors. You know,
You
yes,
didn't
I got to go through
you didn't
all
have
these
that direct
supervisors.
access, huh?
Yeah, and I got to wait 30 minutes on the phone. But this the thing, y'all. She told me he had hurt his back during the fact that they had sex. I said, what do you mean? She said he can't walk. I said, well, when he left home this morning, he was walking real good. And she was like, no, he can't walk. So she went to the side and got him. I'm sitting in the car, my girlfriend in her car. And he came out that door, he limping. Oh, wait a minute, Lisa. Just lean, just putting on real good.
And
I'm
you
like,
like, wait a
I
minute,
couldn't
this
wait.
ain't none of my husband.
No, this is not my husband, not the one that left this morning going to work. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? This is going to his job. So I got up out the car and I could not help it. And I'm just punching and I'm hitting. And I'm like, why would you even do this to me? Why would you do this to me? And I'm punching. And he was like, oh yeah, of course the back wasn't hurting anymore. Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute, Pooka. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't believe
Mhm.
her. Don't believe her. Of course I'm gonna believe her. I'm gonna believe her because she just showed me with you coming out the door behind her. So she was like, and don't you call me no more, Patrick. Don't you call me no more, Patrick. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I told her, you know, that's my husband, and you're not gonna
Mhm.
talk to him in a kind of way. And I appreciate it if you didn't call my house anymore. I was very, very upset. My girlfriend, this is my girlfriend that's really, I mean, when you call a girlfriend, you ready for them to get down on it. Greta,
Mhm.
she's ready to do it. Greta was like, whoop her AT, whoop her AT. I told her no. She gave me the information that I needed. And I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm gonna take but mind you, Amar, she got in the car with me to show me. So that let you know there was a crazy woman. You got in the car with the wife. I could have killed you. I could
You
shoot
know,
you. But you
it
got in the
sounds
car
like
with
she
me.
may have wanted you to know that they were involved so that you could leave. You know, some women would try to push you away. You know what I mean? So that's what it
Mm-hmm,
sounds
mm-hmm,
like that's what she
mm-hmm.
was trying to do. But so once you basically confronted him in front of her and he said, "Oh, don't believe her, don't believe her." Who did he leave with? You or her?
Oh, he didn't leave with me. He left with his car. Once I left, she left with me. I had time enough to drop her off at the QT in McDonough, Georgia, or whatever. And I dropped her off, and she was going in her car. She gave me a letter that he wrote to her. This how much time he had to get. I guess he had to go to his supervisor, but he left in his car. And he
Mhm.
came and he rolled by. He looked over to the gas station and he saw my car and my girlfriend's car and that girl's car. And he was
Mhm.
pulling over. You stop. And I was like, don't stop. You better keep going because at that time I'm ready to really fight. So I got on the
Mhm.
express, on the highway, and I just went on home. And he came with me, and I was like, Lord, I got him. His son was my son. When I
Mhm.
tell you I love, that's my baby. He, to this day, he calls me mom. And
Mm.
I didn't play when it came to his son. And we got home and he came behind me. My girlfriend came in. And this lady from my church, I had called her. By that time, she had not got to my house. So we was in there talking and he was talking and he jumped up at me like he wanted to fight me. I was like, whoa, but my girlfriend was like, oh no, it's not gonna be like that, Patrick. But once he got there, he was telling me he swore down. So we know how to do this. Swear on my mom's grave. I never mess with that girl. I don't know who that girl is. But do you know, Mar? I believe him. I,
What?
yes, I
Why?
believed him. I don't know love or just
Even if she,
I
even if
just
she, even when she told you that he can't walk, he hurt himself, and then he got out of the car limping and everything, you still believe
yeah.
you believed
I
him? Okay.
I was naive when I tell you, yes. And then the lady from my church, I really respect her. She said, "Let me tell you, baby, if he walk fast like a duck, She says a duck. He did it. She said she
Mhm.
looked at him and she could tell he did it.
Mhm.
I didn't believe him, but I put him out the house, our house. And he
Mhm.
slept in the backyard for a couple of days. But the only reason why I let him back in was because of my son. But I didn't, I really, that's the first time.
He
But
was
I took him
literally in the
back.
doghouse.
Oh, he was, literally in the doghouse, in the backyard of his car. And I let him come back in. That was the first time. I had four occasions. So the other two occasions, they just kind of minor where there was phone like conversations. But this pretty much this last one, this
Mhm.
is the time that I said, okay, I'm not gonna do it no more
Mhm.
because I was gonna about to go to jail or hell. So what happened was I was I'm a hairstylist.
Mhm.
I'm a hairstylist and I'm at my shop. He has my car and he called me at my shop and he was like, he had an attitude. When you getting
Mhm.
off? I said, well, I'm still fixing hair. I'll call you when I get off. Man, you need to hurry up. Okay. All right. I'll be finished. I'll give you a call. So
Mhm.
something just told me to hold that phone. Don't hang up. Don't hang
Mhm.
up. And I didn't hang up the phone. And
Mhm.
he three-way. He clicked over. Now I realize that when you click over, you go into your other end. Now all I can hear was my husband telling me, yeah. I mean, not telling me, telling the other young lady,
But
yeah.
he thought he was talking to her, but he was still
He
talking to
thought
you.
he thought he was talking to her, but I was in on the phone
Oh,
because
when
once
he
he
clicked
clicked the
over, he
button, there was a
joined
three
the
button.
call. Okay, got you,
Yes, he
got
joined the call. Exactly. Thank you
you.
so
Ooh,
much. He
Lord.
joined the call.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's a lot. That man right there is a lot. It's a lot. It
Mm.
was. But anyway, so he clicked over and he told her, he was like, man, she ain't ready yet. Wow. It's the way he was talking, Mark. He was like,
Mhm.
oh, she ain't ready yet. She need to hurry up. Her car acting up, but I'm gonna take it up there and make it seem like she did it. So my car was acting up, so he was gonna bring it to the shop. So my car
Mm.
had tore it up, but before that, him and her were just they were just getting down, talk, looking, music. They was listening to music, a little bit. I'm just still listening on the phone. And he was like,
How long did
"Oh,
you
you
stay on
like
the
that
phone?
song?" I think about a good 30 minutes. I stayed on
Wow.
that
And you
phone
didn't say
30
anything?
minutes. I wanted to say something so bad. But I stayed
Ooh.
on the phone to get all the. What happened was, I wanted to know who she was
Right.
because, and then that's what happened. I stayed on the phone and I figured out who she was. So they was. He sounded like Luther Vandross sounded. He was like, yeah, Lisa, not Lisa. Her name wasn't Lisa. Her name was Sharon. Excuse me. Her name was Sharon. Yeah, Sharon. I'm gonna put her out tonight, and you can come stay in tomorrow. This was on a Sunday. I'm at the shop on a Sunday. He said he was
Oh,
gonna move her
goodness.
in on a Monday. So it took all that time. So I couldn't take it. I said, let me. I just went off. Y'all can imagine what I did. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, what I can't. But baby, I gave them the business, and I told her she would not leave my yard if she come to my yard. So I
Mhm.
wasn't finished then. I ended up getting home and star 69. What's that other one? Star, the one you can get the telephone number. Star eight
I think
eight. What up?
I
One
think
of them
it's
you can get the telephone number.
69 and 660. I mean, star 67 and something like that. I know what you're talking about though. One
Yeah,
you
but I
block
ended up
and
getting the
one you
telephone number.
retrieve. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But the reason why I say this one right here I couldn't deal with, you may have thought that was enough. But when I actually called her, she was the female that worked at his job. And this young lady had a nerve to tell me. I called her and I told her that, I wish you would come to my house. And the best thing for you not because I would unload on you and you would not make it.
Wait
So
a
she
minute. So
told
she was the
me,
same girl. Hold on. So she was the same one that said that he liked his stomach, that she wanted stomach shaved.
that girl gone.
Oh, it was a
That
different
girl is
one?
gone. That's a different one. This is a different lady. That's why I said it was to end up being four. four ladies, but the other two
Oh,
in the middle, that's not worth it. It's just a phone call. No,
right.
this the other one. This the last
Oh.
one that I could deal with, and I should have said her name.
Mhm.
Her name was Sharon. The first girl
Mhm.
name was Lisa. This girl name
Okay.
was Sharon. So
Okay.
Sharon had the nerve to tell me when I talked to her, if you wasn't going to the hotel with all kind of means, having all them babies, he wouldn't have to come to me and for
So.
sex and all of this. Lamara, I had no kid, ever had a kid, but I was raising
Mm.
his child. And I told her, I don't have to tell you that I'm raising his child. But I don't have any kids.
So he done
But
went
the
and told
next
her a
time,
whole bunch of lies.
a whole bunch of lies, a whole bunch of
Mm.
lies. And the thing about it is when you're married, you can deal with a lot. The thing about it is I try to do it, biblically, for better or for worse. But,
Mhm.
the Bible gave me permission to leave your butt, because of the, infidelity. But I
Right.
tried my best to make it work. But when you dealing with a woman that didn't care that this man was married, that was
Mhm.
something. Because I end up when he came to me, when I told him and I was fussing with him, I had a knife and I tried to stab him. And I
Oh.
never, that's not my mentality. Yeah, a dull
Mhm.
knife, and it just made him infected. And I said that, you know what? It's not worth it. So you know what I did? I left my house, six
Mhm.
acres. Y'all know in the country town. I left my house, took my son, which was his child,
Mhm.
left and went to stay with a girlfriend and did not turn back. And to this day, the only thing that's wrong is that I haven't gotten divorced. And the thing that I tell anybody, if you're not if you're not with that person, go ahead and give a divorce because I deal with this every day.
Mhm.
Every day that I'm still married to this man. And when they give you a sign, take that sign and keep it moving. Because I got a sign in the beginning. In the
Mhm.
beginning, before we even got married, Mark.
Now, did he ever try to
It's
put his hands
crazy.
on you?
You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Did he ever
When
try to
he
hit
jumped
you?
up at me that day,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, he really did. But he knew I'm a tomboy. And see,
Mhm.
I try you. And see, he did. He tried to jump at me. He
Right.
jumped at me just to see what my reaction was gonna be. But he knew I got brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
from Atlanta. So I got brothers.
Mhm.
Not that Atlanta is the stuff, but my brothers ain't finna have it. Especially my mom.
Mhm.
God bless my mom. She's gone. But they wasn't finna have it. They wasn't finna
Mhm.
have it. And just leaving, it was so hurtful. I cried. Once I left this man, I stayed with my girlfriend. I cried. I
Mhm.
turned to a old English 800 and Tylenol PM every day. I had to drink
Oh,
that every
wow.
day
To get
just to
over
try to
her.
get past that hurt, to get over him. I drank that every day. And I had
Mhm.
his child. He never came to look for his child. And I was just asking, Lord, just take me out of it. I just drank until God blessed me with a house. And he blessed me with a car that I paid for cash. Cause the car that he had messed up that day, he did mess it up. But blessed me with another car. And after I
Mhm.
got in my house, that man called me saying, Pookie, crying, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I hung up the phone. He just kept calling me, stalking me and everything. And I
Mm.
just wish that long time, that was a lot of time of my life that I wasted
Mhm.
with him that I should not have. Because I got the
Right.
warning signs. I got the warning signs. And it wasn't worth it, Lamar. Because I was meant to be in his life for his son because his son needed a mom. But
And
that's the
how old is
only
your
reason
son
why I
now?
needed to be. His son was born in 1990, so Pat is where 29.
20, yeah,
He's born.
20 or
He's
30. Oh,
born
no,
in
30,
19. No, he's
31.
30. Yeah, 30. No,
Because my son just
31.
turned
He's born in
32
1990.
and he was born in 91. So let me ask you something. So
Mm-hmm.
when you left, you said you
Okay.
left 6 acres. So you left the house with him? You gave him the house?
No, I didn't give him the house. He just stayed in the house until it foreclosed. But had I known then what I know now, I would have kept my house because I went in my
Okay.
house with $40,000 worth of equity. But I just wanted to go so
Okay.
bad, and didn't nobody tell me that not
Mm-hmm.
to leave my house. But he stayed in the house until finally it was the lights was off and everything. He just stayed in the house. But
Oh
if it
my.
see, I was his yeah. He stayed in the house dark. And when you're on acres and you have pecan trees, of course you're gonna have rats, squirrels coming in the house. He didn't care. He didn't care. But
Oh
I
wow.
did end up getting my furniture and everything, and I got up out and left. But that's the only reason. That's the only way I left. And you know what? To this day, he wants to talk to me.
Now
Thank you,
did he
Shad
stay with the
33.
girl? Yeah, 33. Did he stay with the girl that worked with him? The I think her name was Sharon. Did he stay with Sharon?
No, he'll stay with
Tanya,
not
can
one
you?
of them. Neither one of
Oh,
them. He stays
oh, I hear you
by
now. So
himself.
did
You
he
hear me?
stay with Sharon or did they split up?
No, they never stayed together. Any of those women that he was with, they never stayed together.
So he just left her alone
He
and went
left,
to somebody else.
yeah, he left alone and went down there with his brother and his dad and everyone in another town. Because
So now
I was his security blanket, really.
mm-hmm. So let me ask you
What you
this.
say? Hmm.
Why haven't you went and filed for divorce?
I don't know, and I do not know. And I think it is. I think it is a generational curse because my mom, God bless, she's deceased now, and she was
Mm-hmm.
still married when she um, died. I got family members, and not only that, God bless my son. I've had a baby out of wedlock
Mm-hmm.
with a man
Mm-hmm.
that when you come up on another title, oh boy, he's something serious.
So wait a minute, hold on. You have a baby now?
Yes,
So you
yes, yes.
so you have a baby now with a married man?
With a married, no, I have a baby now, and I'm still married.
Oh, you're married. I got you. Yeah, but you
I'm
guys are
married.
not
He's not.
together. So
No,
now
but
does
my
he?
baby carries his last name though.
Oh, I got you. Well, so does the
And
new guy wants to marry you?
my baby daddy, no, that didn't last 2 years.
Okay, got you. But your divorce, I think, will be easy. Y'all don't have
It
anything. It'll
will.
be 30 days and y'all will be done. But is it I mean, let me ask you something. Is it something that you would like to rekindle later, or you're like,
No,
never again?
no. I tried to get a divorce before. He contested the divorce, and the judge wanted us to go to counseling. We had to pay for the contested divorce. The guy that I had the baby by, he's so militant. He was like, "I'm not paying no more money to for you to
Well,
try to get a divorce with that."
well,
Yep,
why did Robert Patrick, why did he contest the divorce? For what?
because he still wanted me because he knew he had lost a good thing
Yeah,
because
but
he knew he got. I don't
you can't
know,
contest.
and I don't know.
Oh wow. I
Yes,
mean,
he
I don't
could.
know.
Yes, he could. He can contest
I
it.
thought even if
I
you
mean, it's all up
contest,
to the
like,
judge.
and oh, wow, and he
If you
wanted
got
y'all to,
property and kids and stuff.
uh-huh.
I'm sorry, if
Wow.
you got property and kids and stuff like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know. I really and truly don't know. And then you know what? It was lazy on my part that I didn't go get a divorce.
Yeah. So let me ask you
It was lazy.
something.
You hear me, Amar?
I now say that
Yeah,
again,
it just
Tanya.
lays on me. I was just saying it was lazy on my part. It's still now.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Still
And
now.
so
I'm
now,
like, it's lazy.
So he doesn't want a divorce then. Okay, I think we lost her. I think she had bad connection or something. It might be raining. Hopefully she'll come back. But answer me in the audience. If a person contests a divorce, like it'll still go through. It'll just take like the time or something, like the time has to run out, right? But you can still get a divorce even if they contest it, right? Or do you have to pay money for that? Let me know, y'all. It looks like she's coming back on. Hit your stop cam. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming back, Tanya. So let me ask you a question, Tanya. So can you hear me? Tanya, can you hear me? Do you have your mic muted? Tanya, if you can hear me, say something. I'm gonna be asking the question. If you can hear me, just say something because I can't hear you right now. Somebody said it has to be agreed on. It has to be both in agreement. Both in agreement? No. There's people get divorced all the time and they don't agree. I got mine in 30 days and he contested it. That's what I was thinking, Cheryl. I was thinking that you can do that. In North Carolina, you have to pay money and it can go on for years. Really? What? Say something, Tanya. Your volume is not working. When you came back in, maybe you didn't allow your audio. So just go out and come back in one more time. So in Florida, oh, you got yours in 30 days in Florida? I don't know about Georgia, but where I am, yes, it had to be. It depends on the state, but you can still get divorced. They usually will make you go through mediation, which is a cost. At least they do in Kansas. They can't. I thought you only have to go through mediation. Oh, but they did have a child. It was her stepson, but she lived in the house with the child. Tanya, you may have to go out and come back in because your audio didn't pick up. If you can hear me, your audio didn't pick up. She's going to come back when her audio picks up. Tanya, can you hear me? Tanya, can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's her audio. No, you don't have to agree before a judge in the court order of a case. I'm telling my sister to get her papers done now. She's been separated for years. Her husband could make healthcare decisions and let her die. Ooh, Lord. State to state, the laws are different, but a contested divorce will just have to go through more court proceedings, depending on the property, children, etc. You have to pay money for a contested divorce, but it can take months to years. Jeez, that's discouraging. Wow, okay. And today I learned something, y'all. I'm gonna look it up when I get off the program, but I did not know that you can file divorce under abuse. I thought that just mean irreconcilable differences. Tanya, can you hear me, baby?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank
So
God.
we were just reading. I was just reading some of the comments about a contested divorce. So
Uh huh.
do you think that he would still try to contest the divorce today?
I think so. But if he did it today, it wouldn't work.
Wow, that's just weird to me because
Yeah,
he's
it is
moved on
because
with
what
his
happens?
life.
And exactly, and I have moved on with mine, and I have a baby. It's so weird. But before, in the beginning, it would that the judge would say that you make it, have counseling, and maybe it'll work because really they all for marriage. But now I can get it. I mean, it's rough, and I've got
So
two attorneys as clients.
now, did you try to go and have counseling, or you was done with it?
No, I wasn't finna pay that money. That's crazy. I'm about to pay that money more. Contested
Yeah.
divorce. At that time, I paid $400 for your attorney, and then I was going to have to pay $1,300 for it to be contested for a man that I hadn't been with.
But
And I
no other man has asked you to marry them, because I mean that
my
may be
baby
hindering
daddy,
you, but you can't because
my
you're holding on to this.
yes. Not only any man that I haven't been with many men, 5 men in my whole life. Every
Mm-hmm.
man that I've been with, I've always all have asked me to marry them. My
Do you
husband
want to
was my
get married
first.
again?
Yes, I did, and I still do now, and I'm 52.
Oh, we're gonna have to work on this divorce, Tanya.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna have to work
And
on
then
this
I had a
divorce.
man recently that was a really good man. Dude, I had a man recently. He was a really good man for me. Really good
Mm-hmm.
man for me. The first thing he said when we went out, oh, we got to get a divorce. The first date. But yes, I'm going to have to work on the divorce. It's me. I'm messing up my blessing.
Yeah, but you're not. So yeah, I do. I would say that you do need to close that chapter, right? As far as, because I mean, it
Yes,
sounds
ma'am.
like you definitely moved on, but just close that chapter and just, because your son is 33, y'all both, he's still in the son life and you're still in the son's life, right?
I still, we still talk, and I have a son that's 18, my biological son.
Oh, your biological son is 18. So now, does your
Yes,
biological son say, "Mom, why, does he want to change his last name?" Because I don't, did you have to give him your married name?
yes. It's with the health department. When you get married, you go down to the
Mhm.
health department, get your blood work, and I'm a Zellner, he's a Zellner. When I go and I had that baby, I put my baby's daddy's name on there. But
Mhm.
once I got the birth certificate, it was my husband's name because legally, the court system and the health department, they have to go by. They really go biblically. They have to go by the Bible. If you're
So no
together,
matter what,
hmm
so
a
they
lot of
have
people
to
get
tell
away with
you,
it.
yeah, because wow,
That's here in
that is,
Georgia now.
yeah, in
That's here in
Georgia.
Georgia. Yes, and my son, you were saying that my son is okay with having the last name
Mhm.
because his dad really didn't do right by him,
Mhm.
so he has my last name. So, but I feel
Right,
I
I
don't
got
like
you.
it. I don't like it because everybody when he was in school, he was an athlete. Everybody called him by his last name, Zellner,
Right.
and I didn't like that because that is he's not a Zellner. Yeah. So it's a lot that
So
you
let me
go
ask
through
you.
when you make decisions.
Mhm.
hmm
How old were you when you married this guy?
Oh, 1996. I was 25? Because we bought
25.
our house when I was 26, I think. 1996, I think I was 25. I can't remember,
Okay.
25. So just think I'm 52 now, and I've been married since 1996.
Wow, that's a
So I've
long
been
time.
married. hmm
Do you still wear your wedding ring? I know you don't.
I pawned that wedding ring to 2 years. I pawned it and got me some dollars. I got me some coins for it because I knew
Got you some
I wasn't
corn.
going back. I got me some coins. Yes, I did. I
So
couldn't. I mean, I could.
What have
Mhm.
you learned about yourself since you've been away from that situation?
What have I learned about myself when I was okay? When you say
No,
about
since you've been
myself, do you mean
as far as allowing a man, because it sounded like it took four women for you to say I'm done, but not the first
hmm
three. So, like, what have you learned since then? Like, what would you do differently now? If
um
a girl called you up on the phone, or if you heard a girl talking to your man, making plans behind your back, like, what would you do?
first of all, I would analyze the situation because I know women, and if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. I'm gone.
Mhm. Okay.
I'm gone because I don't want to go through it anymore because there was so much heartache and everything.
Right.
And then I look at myself that I had to have a low self esteem, and I'm not a ugly woman. I'm not a bad built woman. It was all in my mind.
Yeah, no, you look like a. Is
In
that
my
your picture
mind,
right
I
there?
think about this. Yeah, that was my picture right there, and it's another picture I have Facebook.
Yeah, no,
That
you're pretty,
I
and I
have.
like your hair.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
hate it.
and
I'm
your
a
eyebrows.
hairstylist. Thank you. That's something I modeled, that hairstyle. I would never wear that color.
It's pretty
Yeah,
though.
but I think about thank you. And I think with myself that when I finally got situated, I'm thinking about the scripture that I always think about, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the
Right.
renewing of your mind. And so that's
Mhm.
what I have to think about now. And even in the process of me having my son, I hate that I haven't gotten divorced yet. And it's me. It's no excuse. I can't say blah blah this, blah blah that. No, I can get a divorce now. Really, I can get a divorce now, really free.
Let me ask you this, Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
So if he came up right now, not now, but you know what I'm saying, like, here, soon after this, and
Mm-hmm.
say, you know what, I'm sorry for everything that I've done, you know, to you. And I just
Mm-hmm.
want to know, can we just pick up where we left off? Would you give him another chance?
No, I'll tell him I forgive him, but I don't love
Okay.
him anymore. I'm not attracted to him. There's no chemistry there, period.
Yeah,
It would
you've
have to
moved
be
on.
God. It would have to be God. Yeah, I've moved on. There's no chemistry. I'm not attracted to him at all.
I
And my
got you.
husband was a very handsome man, very
Mm-hmm.
handsome man, very well built.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I used to think I used to go through the stuff I went through because he was so nice looking, but he wasn't about that life. Because after me, he just he couldn't get it together. But no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah. So what does
Thank
he
you,
do?
Romans 12:12. Romans 12:2. Thank you.
Romans 12 and 2. Yeah, so what does
Hmm
he do now? Like, does he just work, or he's retired, or what does he
He
do?
don't do nothing but in the streets, from my understanding,
Oh yeah, you don't.
and bug me
Yeah.
on Facebook. You think we can get back together? I need a. I'm
So
52.
he still be at you? Oh my God. Jeez, girl.
Yes,
I
yes,
would
because
probably have
when
to
someone
block
don't
him.
have anything, when somebody don't have anything,
They want what
and
you
he
have.
feel like, yeah, he remember what we had. Me and this man had good cars. We had a house. We was buying a house in our 20s. We had a nice life. We went out, played cards. We had a good time. But you got
And
with
he
this
just
white
love the
boy, you
women.
just mess it up. Yes,
Now, did he have
yes.
any other kids besides the son that you still claim?
No, no, he just had that one kid. And
Okay,
then
okay,
I think he got another baby, but no, he just had that one kid. And that's my
okay.
baby. Still to this day.
So since then, you've never had a woman come out the blue and say, I'm his girl and I need you to sign these papers. Because, most women, when we get in a relationship, if the man is married, we giving them ultimatums.
Mm-mm. Never.
So I wonder, is he telling
Never.
them that he's still married? Telling the women
He stay in a small town. I'm quite sure
they
that
know?
they know, and they just don't care.
Oh, wow.
Because one of the women's was from where he's staying at now. 6 kids. She didn't care. The women that
But
he
you're
messed with
not,
just didn't care.
But you're not sitting around twirling your thumbs, waiting for him to get it together or anything like that.
No, no way, Jose.
Yeah, it
No
sounds like you
way.
definitely moved on.
And I gets out. Not me. No. Only reason why I sit around and because I just had a son that graduated, and I had to make sure
Right.
I take care of my child. Other than that,
Uh-huh.
wait for a man. No, that's a done deal.
So what
That's a
would be
done
some of your
deal.
advice that you would tell a female, trying to get out of a relationship like that? And also as far as the one about it took 4 women for you to finally say you're done. Like what would you tell someone right now that's going through something like that?
Okay, when it comes to the first woman, go ahead and take that flag, whatever color
Mhm.
flag you want to call it. Take that flag and just move on, because you are much better than that. Because if they do it once, they will do it again. And
Mhm.
my advice is just to keep it moving and don't have a low self esteem, because there is somebody for everyone. Time
Mhm.
heals wound. Time heals wound, and
It
just keep it
does.
moving. And that's
Yes.
what you got to realize. Just keep it moving, because these day and times they're not gonna stop. You take it one time, they're gonna say, okay, this is what they can do to you. So I say, just I really shouldn't say this. If it's a marriage, you can try it again. I can't say no because it's for better for worse. But other than that, you don't have to take it. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take the infidelity. You don't have to take it at all. Just keep moving. That's my advice.
And
And don't get married like me and stay married and not get divorced when you know you're not gonna be with that person.
be
20
married for
darn
30,
20
40
something
years.
years. Yeah, I don't even know how many years it is, Amari. 20 something years.
Let me see. You
How many
said
years is it?
what year did you get married?
1996.
All right, let's
And I'm
ask the audience.
52.
All right,
Let me
audience.
see.
How many years is that? She got married in 1996. How long has she been married? Think like 96,
They probably
23.
passed out.
No, no, no. That here just take a little minute. Somebody said 27
Yeah.
years. You've been married
Wow.
almost 30 years.
I've been married.
But if it worked, it would be great. But
Oh,
oh,
27
somebody said
years.
25 years. Somebody said 27, 27. So I see 3 27s and somebody said 25. So it must be,
Wow.
I think, 27. But that is crazy. It's
It's
a long
terrible.
time, no matter what,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Maybe the next time, look, this time next week, I'll be coming in the comments. Y'all, I got divorced.
Yeah, let us know that definitely. But
Look, speak
it
those things
sounds,
as though they already were.
yeah, but it sounds like you're still happy. You didn't hold no grudges or anything against him, right?
No, I didn't, and I can't, because God forgave me and forgive me today of my sin or anything that I do. I can't hold that grudge against him, because he know not what he done. He know not.
And
He
the
know
fact that
not.
you let him be your Facebook friend, it sounds like y'all
Yeah.
might be cool because my I'm not letting mine be my
Facebook friend,
Facebook friend.
Instagram friend, all the friends he can be. He all of them. Then
So
he end
y'all
up on TikTok.
Oh Lord. So y'all have forgiven each other and y'all just cool. I mean, but you know what? He should appreciate you. You still the mother to his son?
Yeah. And I didn't have to be. And I didn't have to
Exactly.
be. Now that's not, it's my stepson now.
And Lakeisha said, just make sure you have a will because y'all are still married. He can come in and
Yes.
override everyone else.
Yes. Tell her I just had that with my mom. My mom passed in 2020, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
of COVID. And she
Mm-hmm.
was still
Oh, sorry
married.
to
She
hear
was still
that.
legally married. And the only
Mm-hmm.
reason why I was able to override anything is because who she married to, he was sick. So he couldn't get from his town to come in and to get her funds or whatever and try to plan anything. So that whoever that was, they know what they're talking about. Even with me being now, he can come in, like she said, he can come in and just take over and get everything I got. And I ain't got
And
much.
And if either one of y'all pass, y'all would get each other's social security
Uh-huh. Yes.
because you've been
Yes.
married almost 3 decades.
I know it.
Wow.
Almost 3 decades.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a long time.
Yes, it
But
is. It's,
he doesn't try to mess with you if he knows you're dating someone else. He don't try to throw salt in your game or anything like that.
no, he doesn't.
That's good,
He
and
doesn't.
I'm sure you don't do him either, right?
No, I don't even care. I don't even look and see who dated. I don't even look at his page or anything. I just know he
Gotcha.
comes in my messenger. No, I don't bother him at all.
He comes in your
I don't.
messenger and he like, shoot, she done moved on. She still looking cute. She looking
Yeah,
good.
what I love what we can do, Pookie. Because I was 300 and some pounds at once, and I lost went down to 212, and he
Uh-huh.
saw me, and he just was like, he just went crazy. But
Wow.
I just let those, those little messages in the inbox. I just left those messages there. I
Yeah.
left them there
It
because you
sounds
had
like
me.
it sounds like if you was willing, he would move right back in and y'all would
He
y'all
sure
would
will,
y'all would take off where you left off. You know what
honey.
I'm
If I told
saying?
that man I'll take him back, he would walk to Atlanta.
I believe it
He would
too.
walk to Atlanta. He really would. He would walk to Atlanta.
I
But he would
believe
be
it.
waking up. I'm telling you. Let me tell you what happened one time. I
Okay.
started trying to date this little young guy, and I can say this. I'm actually a substitute teacher. Well, I used to be a substitute teacher as well. So this little
Okay.
young guy, not a student now.
I was
Now he
just
probably
about
gonna
to
get school.
ask you. I was about to
No,
say
not a
Tanya.
student. No, no, no,
She
no, no,
said
no, no, no,
young
no,
guy
no.
and
No.
substitute
He
teacher.
was young. He was like about 8 or 9 years younger than me, and I was dating this young guy. So the little
Okay.
guy hurt my little heart. He hurt my little heart. I cried. I cried. I cried.
The
So
young
I
guy
was
hurt
trying
you?
to get, yeah, let that little young guy hurt me, y'all.
Oh
I
my
let the little
goodness.
young guy just hurt my little feelings. So what happened was I called my husband because I wanted to get rid of the pain. So I called him and I was like, oh, I felt good after calling him. And I was like, you want to come down to my house, whatever? He was like, yeah, come get me. So I went and got my husband. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can get over this little young guy real quick.
Uh-huh.
Girl, I got my husband to my house. He wasn't there 30 minutes. And I pretended as though if something was going on, I had an emergency. I hurt that man for this so hard. I took that man back home. I tried to. I
You was trying to
tried
use
to.
him to
Yeah,
get
I was
over
using
the
him. Yes, yes, yes. I was using him, but I took that man home. I couldn't take it. I took that man back home. I said, I'm going to play with this man's feelings.
Yeah.
But I've been through a
Well,
lot. But I thank God that I'm still above. I'm still afloat.
mhm. Now you know you were
Hmm.
supposed to have that young guy hooked. You were supposed to be making him some good food, you know?
And guess what? I ended up having him hooked. Then I didn't want him no more. I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
Once I had my son, that was it. My
Yeah.
time, oh man, my time and everything was in my child. Not that I
I
didn't
got
date, because I, still do. I ain't let him run my life or anything like that. But
mm-hmm.
my most of my time was in my son. I didn't allow that hurtful and hurt stuff. I did it, guys, but I let him go.
So if you
I sure
date
did.
now and if a guy wanted
Hmm.
to get married, would you just go ahead and get a divorce without telling them, or would you
Oh
tell them that you're
yes.
married?
No, I would tell him that I'm married. I
Okay,
would tell
you
him that I'm
would.
married because I wouldn't want it to come up. Because things come up and then you end up getting divorced because you didn't share something with them.
Right,
And that's
right.
something right there. You couldn't tell them. And that's something at my point in my situation, I could tell them because I've been separated for 27 years.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
a long
25 or
time.
27.
Yeah,
So
20 something, almost 30.
this gonna be one of your darn topics, Amar.
No.
So that
Hey,
may be a good one.
we may have to have you come back on here and be like, update, Tanya is
Yes,
divorced.
Divorce.
How many
Yes.
in the comments? How many in the comments want to see Tanya divorce? Let
Everyone.
us know. How many of y'all think that Tanya need to go ahead and
Get
divorce
a
that?
divorce.
Somebody said get
Divorce.
divorced.
Get...
Me,
So I
me,
said,
me.
me. I know
Hey,
my
we need to,
sister on here, my play sister on here. I know she gonna be like, okay.
yes. What's your play sister name?
Janice.
Janice.
Fowler.
Tell her to get a divorce, honey. Take her down there tomorrow and file them papers. I think that you can probably do it now on like online. You could do it online because I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I would just go ahead and do it
Yes.
online. And you know what? I probably shouldn't say this, but if you act like you don't know his address or whatever, you know,
Yes.
I think
But
they'll
let me
do
tell
it
you
in
what
30
that
days.
they would do it in 30 days, but guess what they would do? They would
What's that?
you would have to find their license. If their license, if they'll go by they'll get his license. And I would
Mm-hmm.
have to serve him papers at the license with his address that's on his license or his ID or whatever. I tried that. At that time, they said I would have to serve him papers on the license. Thank y'all, me. Oh,
Well,
somebody
you
said I'm
see
not divorced
somebody
either.
in there.
Oh, Mar.
I see
Somebody saying
that,
they're not
Miss
divorced
Lynn.
either.
Miss Lynn,
Uh-uh,
what's
that might be
going
a
on, girl?
topic.
Are you are you kin to Tanya? Miss Lynn says she ain't
Okay.
divorced either.
I said maybe a
Adria,
good topic. You get a
she's
lot of women to get divorced.
yeah, she needs to ASAP. I wonder how many people do that. How many actually just leave and never go through the paperwork? I would say if you
Let me
wanted
tell you something. I
closure,
know
I don't know
somebody.
though. You
I
said
know
you know
somebody
somebody?
63 years. That was 63 years and they went to
Wow.
their grave. 63 years and never divorced. It was one of the guys I dated,
Wow.
grandmother. 63 years. And I was like,
Wow.
wow. That's why I said
Lynn,
to
how
me, I
long
think
you
it's a
been?
generation curse, but I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah, because you said your mom
Lynn
how
said no for what?
yeah, Lynn said I
Yeah, my
said
mom.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was listening to you.
Somebody said a lot of them do that. Hmm.
Hmm.
I didn't know
Like my
that.
mom. My mom was so upset with me. She was like, "Tiny, don't be like me. Get a divorce." Yep. Big J said a lot of them do it.
Yeah, because you know what? I mean, it may be so let me tell you this, Tanya.
Hmm.
So let's just say when you first meet a guy, right? And if you
Uh-huh.
tell him you married, he probably already put you in a certain category. So I
Hmm.
probably I probably wouldn't tell him I'm married right away, especially if you just first meet him. Let me tell y'all a secret for real, for real.
Okay.
Like when you
Okay.
first meet a guy, don't tell him a
Hmm.
whole lot of personal stuff about you. Like, especially the first 3 dates,
Yes.
he shouldn't even know that. Like he shouldn't
Yes.
the only thing that he should know is your nickname or maybe the name that you prefer
Girl, the
someone to
spirit just
call
told
you.
you to say that.
No, I'm for
The
real
spirit just
because
told you to say that. Ah, that's
we
the
tell
truth.
too much. You know what I
My
mean?
mama told me I talk too much.
Yeah, like we don't even
My
do it
mother
on
tells me all the
purpose, but
time.
yeah.
Hmm.
Like if I would not, I mean, it's not keeping secrets. It's just he's not no man in the first 3 dates have won the privilege or the right to know everything about you. You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly.
So
That's right.
yeah, I would tell him you know what I would do, and I read a lot of self-help books when I got a divorce, right? So what I
Uh-huh.
would do, I would listen to him more than
Okay.
talk. The first 3 dates, I would listen to him
Hmm.
because believe it or
Hmm.
not, like you know, the guy that's sitting beside you on your first 3 dates, it's
Right.
their representative, right? It ain't the real them. But I would listen to
Okay.
things that they say because sometimes, like my grandmother said, a man will tell you who he is, but guess what she said? No, not who he is, what he wants. She said a man will tell
Yeah.
you what he want,
What he
right?
wants.
She
Uh-huh.
but she said, but us women are too stupid and talk too much that we don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yes.
grandmother told me that a man would
That's
tell
right.
you if whether he want to be in a relationship, whether he want to be
Uh-huh.
married, or whether he just want a booty call. And we ain't
Mm.
listening. You understand what I'm saying? We so busy
Yes.
telling him things and lusting over him or whatever the case may be, and we haven't heard him say, "I'm not really looking for no relationship. I'm just looking for a friend." Ding, 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 ding.
Uh-huh.
He just won't ask.
Uh,
He just won't
uh-huh.
ask.
Exactly.
But we
That's
need
all
to
you
know
want.
that. We need to know that we need to be sitting across from him,
Exactly.
and we need to be analyzing and saying, you know what? He just want to screw. That's it. When a man tell you and
Uh-huh.
y'all are
Uh-huh.
on a date
Uh-huh.
and he say, I'm just looking for a friend. I just want to meet people. He wants to be a hoe and he wants some booty.
Yes.
So now you have to say to yourself,
Tell us,
because
girl.
you grown and you have to say,
Tell us.
okay, do I want to give him some booty or do I not want to be bothered with that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you got to be true
Exactly.
to yourself.
Exactly.
If you want a relationship,
Yes.
then don't give him no booty because you looking for a
That's
relationship.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So, but my
That's
grandmother told
right.
me, she said, women talk too much. We don't listen.
Ooh.
The man would tell you what it is he wanted. He would tell
Uh-huh.
you,
That's
you
right.
know? And
My mom tells me that all the time.
men that
Mm-hmm.
want to be married, they will tell you, I'm
Uh-huh.
looking for a wife. They will tell you that.
Wow.
I'm looking for a wife.
Wow.
They will. So you
Yes.
will already know. Now, some of them will say, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to date, get to know you. You will have those, I'm looking for a wife. You will have those, I want to date to get to know you. And you will have those,
Right.
I'm just looking for a friend.
You saying it. You speaking it. Keep speaking it. You speaking it.
Yeah.
You sure helping me.
No, I'm telling you, I
Cause
read
I
a
know that's
lot.
all I did. I talked too much. I talked too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And
I
then you
would
know what
not
I
tell
did?
them. Mm-hmm.
And when you talk with what's her name last time? Lakeisha. What's the one
Lakeisha.
before me?
Lakeisha. Uh-huh.
Well, yeah,
Keisha.
she when you were saying that, what did you say? You said we'll tell. Well, I know I talk too much. I don't. Ooh, my train of thought just went away right then
We'll
because I
tell
was
them what
reading.
happened in our past relationship. We tell
Thank
them,
you. See what I'm
yeah.
talking about, girl? You working in the spirit? Do you hear me?
But you
You
know
is
what?
working
We
in the
do
spirit. I'm
that. And we
serious. You working in the
Yeah, and we
spirit.
shouldn't do that because let me tell you,
Wow.
again, talking to my grandmother, she said, we bring that baggage, right? She said, if anything, and this is not saying lie, right? But you got to paint your own life, right? Sometimes we got to live in our own fantasy. But tell him that you know what? I had a lot of love in my childhood. I had a lot of love. I have a lot of people that love me. I have friends and this, that, and the other. When a man know that people love you, that your family love you,
Uh huh.
that your friends love you, he gonna treat you differently
Right.
than if you tell him, I've been hurt a lot. I was abused as a child. I don't really have a whole lot of friends. I'm telling you, he would treat you different.
Mhm.
If he know that you
Mhm.
have people out there that love you, he gonna come with you with a little
Right.
bit more respect, and he gonna come a little
Yes.
different. But if he
Uh
know that
huh.
you don't have nobody to turn to, you know what I mean? You hear these people say
Right.
they don't have no family, none of your family, y'all are close. No, don't tell them that.
Mm.
And even if you depressed when y'all ain't around each other, when you get around him,
Mhm.
put on the biggest smile, make him think you the happiest person in the world. Don't
Uh
mope
huh.
around him. Don't make him think that you're sad about anything. No.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
You see what Adrian said?
She
Adrian
said
said it's not easy to get
to get divorced.
a divorce.
That's in Birmingham,
Yes,
Alabama.
ma'am.
She
What?
said. If you were in Alabama, Carly Town, the divorce laws have
Yeah.
changed.
Birmingham.
Really? So what do you mean the divorce laws have changed?
Changed. Yeah. Somebody said facts. Oh, she probably was talking about your talking.
Yeah, so sometimes we have to listen more than we talk. We definitely do. Listen to what they're saying
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
make
My mom tell
decisions
me,
based off
you
of
tell me, don't let your right
make
hand know what your
decisions
left
based
hand
off
is
of what they're
doing.
saying. Yeah. But I think you're gonna be fine, Miss Tanya. I think you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
fine.
That's right.
Just don't let
That's
him call
right.
you back up and say, let's get back together. unless,
No,
unless
no,
you want to. Unless you want to.
no, ma'am.
But
No,
we gonna
ma'am.
have you
I
back
don't want
up.
to.
We're gonna have you back up though,
Thank
and
you.
we're gonna do an update on you. So when you get your divorce,
Okay.
you send me
Okay.
a inbox message, and we're gonna have you
You
back
know
up
I
here.
inbox you because I don't inbox
Yes,
you a lot
yes,
of times.
yes,
You know I inbox you.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
I appreciate you so much. And I
Thank you so
really
much.
appreciate you. You just don't know. You
Yes.
have really been my anxiety. You have been really helping me with my anxiety and everything. You just don't know what you're doing. Keep it up.
Well,
That's
that's
why I
good.
inboxed you. Keep it up. You helped me with my anxiety and everything. I've been going through a lot. And you
Well,
have
that's
helped me.
good. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to know that because I told you I used to suffer with anxiety a lot. And
Mm.
I start facing my challenges, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Facing my
Uh-huh.
fears. So we'll talk on that some more too because sometimes, that anxiety will put a hold on you, you know what I mean?
Yes, it will. Yes,
But
it
we'll talk
will.
about that too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
thank you so much. You have been a joy to talk to. And again, I'm loving your hair. I know you said you wouldn't wear
Oh,
that
thank
color,
you
but that
likewise.
color looks good on you though, for real.
Thank you likewise. Thank you so much. I enjoyed you. Maybe
Thank
I'll
you
wear
so
that
much.
color. All right.
Okay.
Thank
And we'll chat
you.
in the comments.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
So Miss Tanya is going to work on getting her divorce, y'all, and she's going to come back and she's going to let us know that it is done. We're going to be like, Tanya gone. Tanya gone. No, but it does sound like she's in a good place. She just needs to go ahead and make it legal. Just go ahead and make it legal. But just a little bit of advice, y'all. Like seriously, like my grandmother, before she passed away, I used to sit beside her and just listen to the different stories that she tell. And I'm telling you, some of the things that she told me was nuggets. And also, I did do a lot of self-help reading. I used to go to the library. Of course, y'all know I've been through counseling and stuff like that. And so I suck all this information in. Like sometimes I feel like I could be a relationship coach, but I don't have no credentials, so don't hold me to it. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think that if I was out there right now, like if I wasn't married, I don't think that a guy can run circles around me. Now, here's the thing. I mean, it may take a few before I would settle down with one, but I would definitely not let a man run circles around me. He would not be able to run circles around me. Like in the first couple of conversations, I would know what this man is about. That's just how much I read. I can read a man for real, y'all. I can read a man and I know what he's about. Seriously. And if he come not correct, because you got to have those boundaries. And if he come not correct, you will not get another date from me. 3 dates is all you're going to be able to get before I decide. Some of them may not even reach three. You know how sometimes you have those job interviews and you have interview number one, and then they let you go on to interview number two. And then sometimes you might have interview number three. Yeah, well, everybody's not going to make it. Everybody's not going to make to interview number two or three. Oh, it looks like Miss Dunn wants to come up. Miss Adria, I'm calling you before. Yes. Hey, Lauren, I can help you, girl, for real. No lie. No lie. She said, more. You gonna have us all calling you before we go on a date. Yes, girl. Do that. I'm telling you. I will tell you. Listen, it's this book I can tell y'all about too that will help you a lot. Hey, Miss Dunn. How are you, Mrs.
Good
Dunn?
evening, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing this evening?
We are absolutely fabulous.
Wonderful. I am so encouraged. I am loving the show. I was on here last giving my story of when I went through my divorce and
Right.
remarried. And I just wanted to say this before we got off that Bree has asked us to remember her in prayer,
Oh, yeah.
especially about tomorrow. And I don't want to go into it because she didn't say go into it. She said, remember her in prayer. And if
Okay.
Amora wants to give you guys the details, she can. But I just wanted to say, whenever somebody asks for prayer, I want to be standing in line doing it. But we have been praying for her for a long time now and her entire family. So she wanted me to tell everyone to remember to pray for her and her family. And also, thumbs up. Amora, you have done so much in just the last few weeks for
Yes.
families, helping people come together who probably wouldn't have come together before, and helping people heal and feeling like, hey, it is life after divorce. And, I'm a witness to
Yes.
that, and you are too. So I just wanted to let you know that we also keep you prayed up and lifted up as well, calling your name out because I think you deserve a peacemaker award. I
Well,
really think
thank
you
you.
do. Yeah. So keep up the good work, honey, and we are with
Thank
you.
you.
And even if you don't hear my voice, I'm still with you down in the comments. Thank
Well,
you
we
so much for this show. I'm so inspired.
thank you so much. And thank you for blessing us with your story as well.
Amen. All right. Don't forget to pray for Bree, everyone, and
Yes,
her
everybody
family.
pray for Bree. We're
Yeah,
gonna pray
tomorrow's the
for her.
26th.
Yep. She's gonna be fine.
Yes.
She's gonna be
Amen. She
fine.
sure is. Just fine.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Y'all have a blessed evening, everyone. I'm down in the comments.
Okay. Thank you, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. You're
Okay.
welcome. Bye.
So now, Shayna, did you just say, Amor, what I need to do? I've been with my man for 19 years on and off and ain't got a ring yet. Shayna, when you say you ain't got a ring, have you got a proposal? Please let me look at your comments. Has he proposed to you? Because 19 years? Let me just say it like this. It depends. If you want a ring and he hasn't give it to you after 19 years, I'll be done. Gone for real. Because it's obvious after 19 years if he has not, if you wanted, because sometimes some people say I wanted the marriage and then he didn't want it and then when he wanted it I didn't want it. So was it one of those situations? Because if you wanted to be married and he has not given you a ring, I would have to bounce. Let us know. Let me see. We need Marlene on one of them awesome prayers. Yeah, I know. So Shayna, did you want to be married to him? Because 19 years is forever. 19 years is forever. Y'all already married though, to be honest with you. You common law. You ain't answering me, Shayna. Did you want to be married? Or do you like the situation? Because I'm trying to tell you, if I wanted to be married and he hasn't given me a ring, I'd be gone. I mean, shoot, I think after 5 years, maybe six. Maybe six. Thank y'all. I love y'all too. Maybe six. But yeah, no, it don't take 10, 20 years to be with somebody to know whether or not you want to get married. I've been with mine for 14. I had 2 rings and both pawned them. Personal reasons. Seriously, Rima? 14 years, girl. With 2 rings? We're going to have a discussion. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Some states don't honor common law anymore. Really? Which one don't? 7 years is the magic number. I mean, some people like their setup though. Like if you like it, you know what I mean? If you like what you have going on, then I say, hey, hats off to you. But if you don't like it, if you want to be married and they're telling you things like, I had this girlfriend that told me that her husband or her boyfriend, they live together, they bought a house, have a child. And he said he's scared to get married because he got married before and his wife cheated on him and blah, 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 blah. And he's scared to get married, but he's living like a whole married man. They living like a whole married couple. The only thing they don't have is the paper. So I guess if it doesn't bother you, I say that's fine. But if it bothers you, if you want the paper, girl, get the paper. I'm about to do something for y'all because I love y'all. Hold on. Y'all are going to love this. I wish I had my own Amazon store to get credit for this because this is going to be the best gift. If I was monetized and was making some money, I would buy all of y'all one. But I'm not monetized, so I can't do it. But I'm about to show y'all something. It's coming. I'm going to show y'all what I read. And I gave it to my daughters. And they go by this too. It's 5 books. Now, when I start reading this, let me share my screen with y'all. It's not even expensive either. When I read this, it was only 1 book, and then another one came out, so that made 2. Have anybody heard of The Rules? Now, this is the original one. This is the one that that gave me the knowledge that I needed to know how to maneuver in a relationship. This is the one, but now they got 5 different versions. They got it for dating, they got it for marriage, they got it for, I'll have to go back on there and see. Let me see. They got 5 books. So this is the one right here. It's called All the Rules, Time-Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right. Now here's the thing. It's going to say some things in there and you're going to say, I'm not about to play those games. I don't want to have to play those games, but I'm telling you, play the game. I'm telling you, it works. It works. Has anybody read this before? The Rules. Yes, order it. Order it. It's not even that expensive. Yeah, common law doesn't mean anything in most states. Okay, I didn't know that. Get this book, y'all, right here. But there's more. But that's the one I started with. But now they have like 5 follow-on versions. Let me go back. So up here says that you can buy 5 books. Let's see what these 5 books are. You got The Rules. You have More Rules to Live and Love By. You have Time-Tested Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right. That's the one I got. You have The Rules for Online Dating, Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right by Cyberspace. I haven't read that one. Then you have The Rules for Marriage. So for people like us, Time-Tested Secrets for Making Your Marriage Work. And then it has Not Your Mother Rules, the new secrets to dating. And that's a good one too. The Not Your Mother Rules is good because you know how we always want to do things the old fashioned way, like not kissing on the first date or not doing, or him paying for the food and you pay for the tip. No, this book would show you and teach you that you don't pay for anything. You let him do it. Let me tell you something. Men have to pursue the woman. I know that people think that it's okay to ask a man out. It's okay to ask him to the movies or the dinner and this, that, and the other. But no, you have to stick with the rules. He has to pursue you because, and the reason why I say that is because men are there. That's their isn't is a natural thing for them. They are very competitive and they're chasers. And if they feel like you got you, how do I say it? If they feel like they got you easily, then you're not a challenge for them. You're not a challenge for them. You got to play a little hard. And I hate to say this because I should just be speaking in a room for women, but I know there's probably some man lurking in here. But at any rate, I'm telling you, these books will help you out a lot. But the one that I got, this one right here, is the one that I gifted both of my daughters, and they both have read them. If you have Kindle, it only costs $7.99. But if you like to read like the book, then $16.61 for the hard copy. I mean, I'm sorry, for paperback. They do have a hard copy, but I don't see it on here. But this one right here is paperback, $16.61. Or if you like reading on your Kindle, it's only $7.99. I'm telling y'all, this book works. It tells you things like end the conversation first. Don't let him, when you're talking on the phone with someone that you just meeting, don't let him say, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to let you go. No, you beat him to it. You beat him to it. So you talk for a little bit and you don't want to talk for hours and hours and hours, especially if you just met him, right? You don't want to tell him too much because if you're talking hours and hours and hours, that means you talking too much and you're going to tell him too much. So you have to say, you know what? It was great. I enjoyed the conversation today, but I'm gonna have to let you go and maybe we can talk again tomorrow. And then you end the conversation first. You always have to end the conversation first. And then when you pop up in the morning, you wait for him to say good morning. You wait for him to say good morning. I'm telling you, if he's interested in you, he's going to say good morning because let me tell you something about a man. If he's interested in you, you are on his mind from the time he opened his eyes until the time he lays down at night and close his eyes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling y'all. We should break these books down. Y'all would love it. I'm telling you. But you got to follow the rules. You have to. So anyway, but that we will talk about another time. I want to end this show. This is episode 3. I appreciate both ladies, Miss Tanya and Miss Keisha, for coming on here and blessing us with their stories. If anybody out there want to share their story, please hit my inbox. We want to hear from you. Don't be afraid to tell your story. It starts the healing process. It will continue your healing process. The more you talk about it, and then guess what though? The more you talk about it and find out that other people have been through what you've been through, it's going to help you because one thing that people, I don't know if y'all caught this, both of the young ladies today used a weapon. Both of them used a weapon, a knife, you know? I don't know if y'all caught that. And then both of them also admitted to, hey, he started hitting on me and I started hitting on him back. You know what I mean? So I just think listening to these stories will help all of us heal and grow. Don't be afraid to share your story. So make sure if you want to share your story, just hit me up in my inbox, okay? Thank you all. Do y'all have any questions for me? Yes, the man has to pursue you. When you're no longer a challenge, the man become disinterested for sure. I have always live my life by this motto and didn't need to read a book, but that's just me. Still great advice some more. Thank you, Tangela. Yes. Yes. Let them pursue you. I see that this is it's a trend, I guess, where there's women asking men out and there's women getting on their hands and knees and asking men to marry them. You know, it was a trend. I think it was a TikTok trend or something like that. And I just say that if we're teaching our daughters anything, that right there, do not teach your daughters to propose to a man and pursue a man. I know there's a lot of women out there that make a lot of money and they feel like they can pursue a man because they make the money. But I'm here to tell you, no, don't do it. Let him pursue you. Now, it's ways to be recognized. You know what I mean? It's ways for you to put yourself in the eye of a man to let him see who you are and stuff like that. I'm not saying don't flirt and stuff like that. I'm saying just going up to a guy and saying, or would you like to go to dinner? Would you like to go out? And then you treating him and this, that, and the other. No, no, that's not what we doing. Now, once he your man, if you want to treat him to something nice, you do that. But we ain't starting off like that. Not at all. We're definitely not starting off like that. Miss Marlene, you want to hop up right here, right quick? And well, you know what? I don't know if I want that in my episode. So let's just all say a prayer for you know who, because I don't want this in the episode. So we're gonna say a prayer for you know who. Okay? Prayers going up. Anyway, good night, ladies. That's the end of episode 3. We'll be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Okay? 8 p.m. I love all y'all. My socialites, that's what I'm gonna start calling y'all. And the reason why we're socialites, because honey, we're premium over here, y'all. We are premium. We are top grade. We are exclusive. Okay. So y'all are going to be my socialites. So good night, socialites. When the men coming, I got a surprise for you. Just hold on to your seat. They're coming. If a man is definitely interested, he will let it be known for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are so right. Anyway, good night. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.